Good evening, football fans, and welcome to the Kansas Kickoff Show, powered by kpreps.com and Sports in Kansas, and presented by American Implement, Next Tech Wireless, The Safe Project, and Think Before You Post. Along with Matt Gilmore from kpreps.com, Chet Copeland from Sports in Kansas, who is presented by Watco and Mammoth Sports Construction, and kpreps.com and Sports in Kansas contributor Connor Nickel. I'm your host, Sean Boston. Here we are, week number 9 of the high school football season in the state of Kansas. It is officially playoff time in the Sunflower State. If you win, you move on. If you lose, your season comes to a close. Let's bring in Matt Gilmore first off. And Matt, the season has kind of just flown by as we move into a playoff mode now. And what stood out to you from week number 8?
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're already through the regular season and it's playoff time. It's the most exciting time of year as we get into some meaningful football. And, looking back on last week, we had some outstanding high-level games. We had Inman and Smith Center, Wichita Collegiate and Andale. Obviously a huge upset with Wichita East taking down number 1 Bishop Carroll. So it's that time.
Shut up! Thanks for listening to the Hutchinson Salt Hawk Football Pregame Show. Join us 30 minutes prior to each and every Salt Hawk game, each week throughout the entire football season. Kickoff is just minutes away, so stay tuned, and thanks again for listening.
Second down and goal at the 5. Play action fake. Mahomes retreating. Now sprinting to his right, eluding the rush. Pump fake it. Now cut it inside the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Kansas City!
The Chiefs return home and to prime time to take on the New York Giants Monday night at GEHA Field at Arrowhead. Pre-game starts at 6 right here on your home for Kansas City Chiefs football.
Catch Monday Night Football right here on your voice for the Chiefs, KWBW Radio.
It's time for Hutchinson Salt Hawk Sports on BW Radio. The Salt Hawks are brought to you in part by First National Bank, H&R Block, Tools Plus, Next Tech Wireless, APAC Shears, and the Medicine Shop. Also thanks to these Salt Hawk boosters, Hayden and Company, the Summit of Hutchinson with Doctors Lowen and Severud, and American Family Insurance agent Travis Rodenbach. Now your host for Salt Hawk Sports, Glenn Grunwald.
Bishop Carroll High School, and we're at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Glenn Grunwald along with Dan Nacarado. It's a little chilly night tonight, about between 52 and 55 game time temperatures, but there's about a 17-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, and Dan still makes it a really good night for football.
Are you kidding? It's a great night for football.
And here we are at Bishop Carroll. And again, this last year, Bishop Carroll had to come to Hutchinson. Hutch only played Bishop Carroll, and you gave me the number 6 different times. Started back in 2009. Hutchinson right now is 3-3 against Bishop Carroll. And again, lost last year 42-28 after a great season, 8-2 season that the Salt Hawks had. But Bishop Carroll's had a great year. Again, they had a very qualifying win, like you mentioned on the pregame, over Northwest High earlier in the season, and then lost to Derby, and unexpectedly lost to Wichita East, but you did a good job in explaining that. There's a few folks missing.
That's right. In the Wichita East game last Friday night, Bishop Carroll's quarterback, Chase Smarsh, one of their best offensive linemen, were both ill. They tried to play through it, but you could tell they were not themselves. And then they had several other players, especially a couple of wide receivers in Tate Blasey and Matt Holthusen, who are among the best that you'll ever see in high school football in Kansas this year. And they were both suffering injuries last week. But we expect to see them playing tonight. We expect all 4 of those players to be at full strength tonight.
Salt Hawks have had a couple players play in the pros. One of them was Ben Haney, who had a good career in the pros till he was injured. Was drafted by the Raiders back a few years ago. And also Gino Grissom with the New England Patriots. Got himself a Super Bowl ring even. He now works for a firm down in Dallas. But also there's been 4 different players for Bishop Carroll. I know you can name one of them.
I know I can remember Bell very well.
Yes, but Bell's the name, Blake Bell. He's played for 6 different NFL teams, now playing again with Kansas City. He's with San Francisco, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Kansas City, and Dallas from 2015 to now, still active roster. Joe Harrison had a little stint with San Francisco in 2011. And then Mike Bell, who is Blake Bell's dad, played for Kansas for 12 years, Kansas City, 79 to 91. And Mark Bell, his twin brother, played for Seattle, and brief stints in Baltimore and Indiana from 79 to 84. So a 5-year career for Mark a 12-year career for Mike Bell, and Blake Bell still playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. So Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League with a few players that have played, and I think there's a couple key ones playing for K-State right now that are off the roster as well for Bishop Carroll.
And for Hutchinson, Josh Rivas playing that offensive line for Kansas State. Two programs with very proud winning traditions.
Having the flip of the coin at the midfield right now. Looks like Hutchinson's going to receive.
Bishop Carroll
won the toss. Yes, sir. And for folks that didn't know, because I know that Nick Geisnell on BW Radio did not have the scores, but Hutchinson High School lost their first round of action up in Salina in volleyball action. They continue to play in pool play, but they really lost a close match to Shawnee Mission Northwest, 26-24 in the first game. Won the second game like 25-22, and then lost in the third 25-14. So they'll have to work their way through pool play now to see how they'll do.
Whatever else happens, congratulations to Salt Hawk Volleyball on a fantastic season.
Absolutely. Fantastic job done by those young ladies throughout the whole season. And 3A and 4A are at the sports arena. You don't have anything to do tomorrow. 4A continues tonight. And then actually there was a couple big upsets. Eureka came in seeded number 1. They lost all 3 matches they played, and they're headed home. Here comes the opening kickoff, and Bishop Carroll will kick it off. It'll go into the end zone with that 17-mile-an-hour wind behind it, and it'll be a touchback. So Hutch will set up shop. Again, Nick Lang will be the quarterback for Hutch. That moves, again, Noah Kokar to one of the slots or a wide receiver position. And, of course, Zach Hogan, a senior, playing his last game as a Salt Hawk, will be at that tailback position. Offensive line leads him up, too. Excuse me, Dan.
I was just going to say, Bishop Carroll's head coach, Dusty Terrell, has a connection to Hutchinson. He attended Hutchinson Community College in the mid-1980s.
Yeah, he
played
took
football
over
and ran track.
Took over for Shuckman a couple of years ago. There's a give straight ahead running by Hogan. Gets a couple 3 on the carry, straight up the middle. Zach's been bothered by ankle and a little bit of a knee injury this whole year a little bit, just when he's getting back to full steam. He was injured a little bit last week, got back in there, but he tweaked an ankle earlier in the season and still has had a fantastic season and career at Hutchinson High School. Hogan now set up in that left slot.
There's that defense moving around again.
Turn and give up the middle, hardly anything there. Again, it was a give to Hogan, so probably back to about the same spot on the field.
If you're watching on the live stream, you'll see that Bishop Carroll defensive line jump around, make shifts prior to the snap. You'll see the linebackers moving in and out and around, and it can get confusing about who you're supposed to block.
3rd down and 7 for the Salt Hawks. Ball on the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 6, excuse me. Ball on the 24 of Hutch. Lang, the quarterback, took that position a few games ago. He had been playing wide receiver. Back to passes, Lang in the pocket, throws on the outside. Catch is made and then dropped by Kokar. Would have been short of the first down. So Hutch will have to punt the football away on their first possession.
And it is a little bit of a stiff breeze to punt into. Right, we expect that to die down a little bit throughout the game, but you can still see the flag blowing fairly hard.
Nolan Cunningham will be the kicker for Hutchinson. So he'll try to get a toe into it. We've had Kokar kick before. Low snap, but he picks it off the turf. There's the kick. It's going to hit at the 45 and take a Hutchinson bounce into Bishop Carroll territory. It'll die at about the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles from their own 33-yard line now.
It was a good punt by Nolan Cunningham. That's about a 42-yard net.
We'll see Chase Smarsh, who Dan indicated was a little under the weather last week. He's a senior quarterback and punter, 6 foot, 180. They'll go with a pro set backfield, and more than likely he'll operate out of the shotgun.
It's a big, athletic offensive line for Bishop Carroll.
So back there at running back also. The turn to give up the middle, nothing there. Matter of fact, pushed back, good defensive effort. Cunningham flew to the ball, came in and got a hold of the running back, and he was thrown backwards out there. That's Derek Breeze. He's a junior running back, 5'7", 150.
That was student body left. It looked like the old Green Bay Packers sweep play, but Hutchinson's defense was up to the test.
Well, fitting with the green jerseys like the Green Bay Packers. Carroll looks like him. There's the throw on the outside. Caught a wide receiver out there at the 39, and I think it's going to be close for the first down. Up short by a few yards, excuse me. They'll mark it right at the 40. So it'll be a gain of 7, 3rd down and 3.
Good coverage, good tackle by Titan Hennehaw.
Catch was made out there by one of the wide receiver, Josh Helton. Here in shotgun now. And the give. Breaks away for a little bit of run to the 40. Good defensive effort by Hutchinson. Holds them. And it's punt time for the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll.
Aaron Jefferson penetrated into the backfield, slowed down the running back a couple of yards before he got to the line of scrimmage and really ruined the play. Nice play, Aaron Jefferson.
He's played well all year long. Done a very nice job. And Hutchinson
Bishop Carroll might
go for it here. Thought it was going to be a punt situation, but they're going to decide to go for it. Hey, why not? It's playoff time, and they'll turn. And Marshall keeping himself, and he will get short of the first down, and Hutch will take over with great field position. Who led the charge out there? Looked like Cunningham again. Came in to get some big hits.
Now, that is a little bit of a questionable roll of the dice by Coach Dusty Trail, because the wind was at the back of Bishop Carroll. You got to believe if they would have punted, they could have flipped the field and pinned Hutchinson deep in their own territory.
So Hutch would take over 1st and 10 on the Bishop Carroll 42-yard line. Salthawks with a great opportunity here to move the football and try to get inside the red zone and make something happen. Hutch will split wideouts on the right side. Hogan will be in one of those wideout slots on the right. And the turn straight ahead running, nothing there. New running back for Hutchinson that we have not seen too much of this year. It's Spiller, number 28.
Spiller has been out part of the season he's dinged up a little bit throughout the season, but he got the carry early in this one. Okay. And that tackle was made by Walt Gray. Some of the Hutchinson listeners may be familiar with Walt Gray. He used to go to Trinity Catholic High School in Hutchinson. He's an impressive athlete.
Yes, he is. Spiller's going to stay in there. Lang down under center, not in the shotgun. Lang under center. Throw on the outside. Catch is made by Hogan. He's around the right side. He's got some room. And then he's finally corralled. Thought he was going to break loose. Picked up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long, as they were able to shut him off on that right side very effectively.
Michael Pauley made the tackle. 6'2", 280-pound defensive back who is also the kicker for Bishop Carroll.
So Hutch looking to the sideline, see what they're going to run.
Bishop Carroll has 20 seniors on their roster. Hutchinson 18. There's going to be a large group of high school football players in their last high school football game here tonight.
And 14 of those 18 are starters for Hutch High. O'Sullivan will split on the left side, and Coach wants to talk things over with a timeout. So a timeout taken by Hutchinson. We'll get a half-minute break in. 30-second break coming your way. We'll be back with more from Bishop Carroll High School. No score as of yet. Hutchinson facing a 3rd down and 7 from the 40-yard line of Bishop Carroll. Dan and I'll be back right after this.
All Vader Jackson financial advisors are now Envision Investment Group. Due to the growth of the investment and client relations team, they have a new location to better serve you. 15 Compound Drive in Hutchinson. Stay tuned for an open house. Time and date to be announced soon. We understand there have been many changes, so please feel free to reach us at 669-8291. Check for updates at envisionig.com. Envision Investment Group, your future is our focus. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Welcome back to Bishop Carroll High School. Bishop Carroll. As Hutchinson facing a 3rd down and 7 from just inside the 40-yard line of Bishop Carroll. Nick Lang, the quarterback. O'Sullivan now Kokar in motion. Wants to throw the football, backs up, throws it. Kokar gathers it in at the 30. I think he's close to the first down. Beautifully thrown football by Nick Lang, and that'll move the chains for a Hutchinson first down.
Outstanding pinpoint pass over the shoulder all the way across the field to the sprinting and very fast Noah Kokar.
Well, Kokar got out there and he just turns back to his left. The ball was right on the money. 1st and 10 for Hutch at the Bishop Carroll 30-yard line. Lang, the quarterback. Turn to give to Hogan. He's got some room. He's across the 35 all the way back inside the 25 now. I said 35. I meant the 25-yard line. Nice run by Hogan. Pick up 7 on the play, Dan, and that's good. First carry yardage right there out of that possession.
2nd and short opens up the entire playbook at the disposal of Hutchinson.
Salthawks face a 2nd down and 2 yards, they decide. The ball's on the 22. Nice run by Hogan. And still going with Spiller in that backfield. Lang, the quarterback, wants to throw the football, throws to the left side. Catch is made by O'Sullivan. He's inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line.
That was a dart thrown by Nick Lang, and Kellen O'Sullivan did a very impressive job of reaching above his head, and O'Sullivan is a tall player at 6'3". He went high for it, made the catch.
Daquan Armstrong with a key block on that outside of spranging for a few more yards. It's a 1st and 10 at the 14 now of Bishop Carroll for Hutch High. No scores of yet. First quarter action, 6:16 to go in the first quarter. The turn to give to Hogan. He has some room. He's trying to get to the 10-yard line. He's inside the 10 and then pushed back. Let's see his forward progress. I think they'll mark it right at the 10. So pick up a 4 on the play by Hogan.
This is where the yardage gets very difficult in the red zone because the defense doesn't have as much territory to cover, and it's harder to find openings.
Hogan's going to check out real quick. Also, I think Armstrong checked out as well. Let's see who they got in there. And go with Spiller again at that tailback spot. Armstrong is back in there. He's over on the right side, and Kokar split out wide on the right. The give to Spiller, finds a little hole, gets down to about the 6-yard line. So carry from 9 down to about the 6 or 7. And back in comes Hogan now, along with Burgess. So 3rd down and 3 now from the 9-yard line.
5:15 to play in the first quarter, no score.
But Hutchison knocking on the Bishop Carroll door. Lang, the quarterback, gets down under center. It's on the right hash mark. The turn to give left side. That's going to be Burgess. He's trying to get into the end zone. He's down to about the 2. I think it's enough for the first down.
You're right. It is a first down.
1st and goal, Hutchinson. Salthawks with the 1st and goal from the 4.
Secure the football in this situation. Bishop Carroll will attempt to strip the running back and create a turnover.
Seeing some different players carry the mail so far for Hutchinson tonight. Armstrong, Spiller to give to Spiller. Into the end zone. Hutchison puts 6 on the board. Touchdown, Hutchison, with 4:27 to go in the first quarter of play. 6-0. Hutch takes the early lead. Zach Hogan was able to take it in. Angled in on that left side. Hogan with the big TD. So, a nice drive, a short field drive by Hutchison, who took over the Bishop Carroll 40 when Bishop Carroll won for it on 4th down. Here's the Runyon kick. It is up and on its way, and it is good. And the Salthawks take a 7-0 lead over the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll with 4:27 to go in quarter number 1. We'll be back for the Salthawk kickoff right after this 30-second timeout. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We'll get set. As Hutchison was able to get 6 on the board, that was a 40-yard drive with some really good passes mixed in with some really good runs.
Hutchinson made Bishop Carroll pay for the gamble that turned out to be a bad gamble for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. It almost is the same as a turnover when you go for it on 4th down in your own territory and don't make it.
So Hutchinson will get set to kick off. Nice drive by Hogan. I tell you, he had a couple nice runs and a couple good catches by Kokar. And Spiller did a nice job while he was in there as well. Here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded short. It's a short kickoff. It's going to be taken at about the 21-yard line and carried forward. Stopped is Michael Polly after a short return. But it's the same. It's better than a touchback. He's going to have it at the 31. So 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll at their own 31-yard line.
Daquan Armstrong got down in coverage and made the tackle in the open field. That kick actually was to an open area, and Bishop Carroll did a nice job.
Polly did a good job
to field it.
Also, don't forget that 17-mile-an-hour wind we got going. Out of the north. 52 degrees, game time temperature. Here's Schmarsh, the quarterback. Wants to run the ball on the option. Going to be finally knocked out of bounds. Coming over to try to stick him was Hackney. Got just enough to knock him out of bounds. Nice pickup by Schmarsh. Pickup of about 5 yards on the carry. That'll be a 2nd down and 5 situation.
Hurry up offense.
Well, they are hurrying up. Not giving Hutch much time to get that defense set. Now Schmarsh checks out of it. Trips on the left side by Bishop Carroll. Again, Chase Schmarsh, the quarterback. Derek Breeze back there in that running back slot. Here's the shotgun snap. Keeper by Schmarsh, trying to find a little seam, trying to get open, and he's going to be stopped for little or no gain. Might have even lost a yard. It'll be 3rd down.
Give credit to Dylan Garrett. He's not at full strength, has a sore shoulder tonight, but he got into the backfield and was able to stop Schmarsh.
Nice stop right there. Key 3rd down. 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 to go from the 37. Salthawks trying to shut down Bishop Carroll again on this possession. They did it on the first. The throw outside in the flat, and a catch is made, and the stop is made by the Salthawks. No sooner than the Bishop Carroll player got to the ball, there was a swarm of Salthawks right around him. And I tell you what, these Salthawks that came to play tonight
actually threw him for a 1-yard loss.
So a loss on the play, 4th down, and they're going to go for it again. You and I both questioned the last decision.
Yeah, he might drop back and quick.
Well, so far, he's back in that shotgun, and now he's going to run it on the right side. Wants to throw the football. He's going to be thrown for a loss, and Hutch will take over again deep in Bishop Carroll territory. Twice the Golden Eagles have won for it on 4th down, and twice they've been denied.
Well, that's another bad gamble for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. But what we don't know, maybe there is something wrong with the long snapper. Maybe there's a punter
Well,
issue.
the punter's the quarterback, so
it could be a long snapper issue.
I think you're just trying to put pressure on the Hutchinson defense, and that time it backfired. The offense back out there. This time they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36.
So even though that wasn't really a turnover, it's the same as a turnover, giving Hutchinson the ball in Bishop Carroll territory.
Great opportunity again. Hutchinson last time went 40 yards to get the touchdown scored from 4 yards out on a 1st and goal situation. Here, Lang down under center. Hutch leading at 7-0. Early action, 3:04 to go in the first quarter of play. This is straight ahead running by Hogan. Busts his way down, picks up 5. That's a cloud of dust and a Iowa silver right there for Hogan as he takes it straight up the middle and picks up 5 big yards.
Bishop Carroll squandering the first quarter with the wind at their back by going for it on 4th down twice and not making it either time.
They give Hogan 4 on the carry, so 2nd down and 6. He checks out, back in checks Spiller. Spiller in that tailback's position. The turn to give to Burgess. He'll slide around and he'll get stuffed. Drop back on the play. It looks like he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage right there. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 7, right around that area. From the 32. 3rd down and 6. No gain on that carry. And Hogan's back in there.
Clock is ticking, just a little bit more than 2 minutes in the first quarter. Hutchinson leads Bishop Carroll 7-0.
And now has the football inside of Bishop Carroll territory, inside the 35 down to the 32. Here's Lang. Kokar split wide left. See if it's a pass play or not. Lang down under center, wants to throw it. He flips it out to Kokar. He sidesteps one defender, gets by another, and 40 down the sideline. He goes out of bounds. 1st and 10, Hutchison at the 20-yard line. The first man had a beat on him, but not with Kokar. He's got those swivel hips, and he was able to take it on the inside and took it down the sidelines.
He definitely did a Houdini magic act after he made the catch. He should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but Noah Kokar just too slippery for Bishop Carroll.
Lang doing a great job at quarterback. Used the flat that time to Kokar. Kokar split on the right side this time. The turn to give to Hogan, straight ahead running. Falls across the 20 down to about they'll say his knee hit right at the 20-yard line. Gain of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Sure tackle made by Michael Nance coming up quickly from his defensive back position. Bishop Carroll starting to crowd the line of scrimmage a little bit. Hutchinson might want to consider going up top.
Either that or work on a draw or, again, a screen pass, maybe to that right flat. Ball's on the left hash mark, 1:17 to go in this first quarter. Hutch leading 7-0, but, again, trying to get it in the red zone. It is at the 20. Lang looks to his wrist for the play call. Puts a man in motion. That's Kokar, left or right. Lang wants to throw it. Steps up, gives it to the end zone, wide open, in and out of the hands. I think it was Miller back in the deep part of the end zone, wide open, but it went off his fingertips out of incomplete.
Well, the Hutchinson coaching staff saw the same thing we saw from the press box. No one back deep for Bishop Carroll on that play. Malachi Miller was wide open in the middle of the end zone. He might have been trying to decide which way to put his hands, whether to catch it over the shoulder style or whether to turn and make a diamond with his thumbs and fingers to catch it, but it was a good pass.
All right, to turn, to give ahead, straight ahead running and drop quickly. Trying to go for it here on 4th down and 9. He's going to come up short. That was going to be Burgess on the carry. So Hutchinson came up short. That's 3rd down? Okay, excuse me. Now it's 4th and 6. Okay, thank you, Matt. 4th down and 6.
So far, the story of this first quarter is the Hutchinson Salthawk stiff defense stopping Bishop Carroll on 2 possessions when they went for it on 4th down.
Hutch had a sure 6, but the ball fell out of the incomplete as Malachi Miller just could not come down with it. Now looks like it's going to be a change in the quarter as Hutchinson goes to the sidelines, and they're just going to let that clock burn all the way down. As 16 on the play clock, 5 on the quarter, so that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Your score at the end of one quarter of play is Hutch High 7, Bishop Carroll 0. We'll be back for the second quarter of action coming your way right after this 30-second timeout.
The medicine shop. When you drop your prescriptions off, the personal care you'll find there will make you feel all better. The meds you need, delivered with speed. The lowest price is guaranteed. Get your prescriptions with no hassle. At 14th and Main at the Little White Castle. You'll feel all better at the medicine shop.
Well, so far, lots of it happening here at Bishop Carroll. We're in Wichita, Kansas, and you're listening to Salt Hawk Football on KWBW 1450 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as HutchPost.com. And Hutchinson right now with a key 4th down, and we'll call it 6 to go for the first down, and they're going to go for it. Lang wants to throw it. Throws the screen. It's caught on the left side. Hogan's going to take it all the way down and into the end zone for the touchdown. A 17-yard screen pass on that left side. And Hutch has 6 on the board. They lead it by the score of 13-0. What a call on that left side. I kind of talked about it earlier, Dan. I may be going with it on the right side, but Hogan took it in for 6.
It's a great call, and you are you were prescient? Is that what you were looking into the future? You could see it before it happened.
Clairvoyant. Here's the point after by Runyon. It is up, and it is good. And Hutchison with 11:54 to go. And quarter number 2 has taken a 14-0 lead over former number 1 Bishop Carroll High School. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with more right after this. Dan, we're going to keep it right here because we understand we're having some difficulties with the board, so we'll just...
Well, good. That gives me a chance.
Gives us more time to chat about that.
Gives us a chance to complement that Hutchinson Saltdock defense. They have held Bishop Carroll to 13 yards on 8 snaps of the ball.
And
Bishop Carroll twice goes 4 and out.
Twice goes 4 and out, and that's the story of the ball game so far. Hutchinson took advantage of it with a short field. Hogan with a running touchdown earlier back in the first quarter play. This one was a 17-yard screen pass on the left that was set up beautifully.
Give credit to that Hutchinson offense for coming in and taking advantage of the short field to put 2 touchdowns on the board and lead this game 14-0.
Bishop Carroll will have 2 players deep. He gets set to receive as Hutchison's Runyon gets set to kick it away. He's already got 2 point afters to his credit. And he'll put a toe into it, and it's going to be taken at the 5, and then fumbled, picked up at the 10, trying to go around the right side, and nothing is there. Short of the 20-yard line on the return. Maybe about a 6-yard return right there for Noah Maui. And he just was smothered quickly after he fumbled it. So Hutchinson defensively was set up again. Defense under the tutelage of Scott Yennis has been outstanding tonight so far in the early going. You look at Rodriguez on that left-end side. He's been playing well along with Jefferson. Of course, we talk about Ben Patterson all the time. He's doing a great job out there as well. Hackney, here's a give. This time around the right side, and nothing's going to be there. As great job of making the stop on Derek Breesy. As he's knocked back for, he got about a yard gain on the play. Forward progress, 1 yard, Dan.
That Hutchinson defense has not given up anything so far in this football game.
Again, Schmarsh, the quarterback. He's a good one. Chase Schmarsh, he's a senior, 6 foot 180. Looks to the right side. Now he calls out the signals to his offensive line. Checked off a little bit. Of course, with him back there is Breesy. He'll keep it himself, and he's going to be stuck back and then forward progress. Fumble. Maybe a loose football, fumble on the play. Hutch says they've got it, but Bishop Carroll also pointing that direction. It'll be retained by Bishop Carroll right up at about the 25.
The extremely impressive thing about that play defensively, 9 players right around the football as the tackle was made.
3rd and 3. Now the call for Bishop Carroll. Schmarsh checks off again.
This Hutchinson defense playing inspired football. Everyone rallying to the ball.
Breesy back there as well. Look out for that pass to a wide receiver as they split both wide right and left. Pro set backfield. Here's a snap, the throw. Catch is made. And then out of bounds. He's hit and knocked out of bounds as Timothy Helfton made the catch again. That'll move the chains for a pickup in a first down. Got 5, only needed 4. Just a simple down and out pattern. Here's Schmarsh now with 1st and 10 opportunity. Ball on his own 30. Keeps it himself around the right side. Has some room, but then he's stacked up. Nice stop out there by Ben Patterson.
Ben Patterson is averaging more than 10 tackles a game this season. He plays that Eagle linebacker position. He reads plays quickly, and he is aggressive.
Dylan Garrett came up for another stop to help out with Ben. Schmarsh, the quarterback, back in the shotgun for the Golden Eagles. If you just tuned in, 2 touchdowns by Hutchinson, 1 in the first and 1 earlier in the second quarter after having short field. Hogan got them both. There's a throw on the outside, catch is made, close to a 6-yard pickup. And see where they mark it. It's going to be short by about 2 yards, so they will face a 3rd down and right around 2 to go.
And based on what we saw in the first quarter, we have to assume that Bishop Carroll intends to go for it on 4th down every time.
This one's going to be at the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 3.
So I would assume they have 2 downs to pick up the yards here.
Schmarsh back in the shotgun now. The snap, the give, right side, nothing there. It's going to be short of the first down. He's got to get to the 40, and he's about a yard short. It's going to be 4th down, and they say 2. Fourth down, about 1.
If you didn't punt the football when you had the wind at your back in the first quarter, I wouldn't think you would punt the football with the wind in your face.
8:38 to go in this second quarter of play. They're going to go for it again on 4th down. Let's see if Hutch stops them again. They'll split wideouts on that left side. Don't forget they got that big wide receiver, Timothy Hilton, on that left side. There they are going to quick punt it. This time they quick punt it and caught Hutchison surprised, but it takes a Hutch bounce, and they're going to be down at the 32. Hutchison will have the football on their own 32 with pretty fair field position. As they went with the quick punt, and Schmarsh just quickly got it away, but it took a Hutchison bounce and came back. So now Hutch sets up on their own 32-yard line. Good job by the Salt Hawk defense to continue to keep getting it done out there. Dodge City all over. Again, Gardner Edgerton 13-0 in the first quarter of play. That's out in Dodge City.
Long trip for Gardner Edgerton.
Here's Hutchison. He'll break huddle. Lang down under center again. Go with that flex bone. Send a man in motion. Lang wants to throw it. Throws it out. Has a receiver out there. Hogan was there, but incomplete pass. Just short of the mark. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. That's the first pass that Lang has really thrown that has not even been really close to his intended receiver.
And it would have had to been right on the bullseye because there wasn't much room to sneak that ball through. Now, fans, stay tuned to this game because Derby was ahead of Bishop Carroll by quite a bit in that game, and Bishop Carroll came storming back and made it close at the end.
Yeah, this is no no romp through the park right now, but good to see. Lang throws it out. Kokar tries to catch it, goes high, and did not get to it. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. It would have been short of the first down anyway, but he needed a couple more feet on that ladder to crawl up and try to catch that one. Stops the clock with 8:05 to go in the second quarter of play. So Hutchison will get set here on a big 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. O'Sullivan on that left side. Miller split wide on the right. Man in motion, Kokar. Back to pass. Oh, they give it to Kokar. He's got some room. He spins away. He's trying to get to the first down marker at the 40, but not quite there. He's about a yard and a half short of the first down.
Nifty draw play to the slot back who had been in motion.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Lang comes up.
Might try to pull him off sides.
7:43 to go in this. Again in this, there is a flag. Did they flinch?
It's against Hutchison.
It's against Hutchison. So, illegal procedure against the Salt Hawks, and false start is going to be called.
He's calling that on the center, so he probably flinched a little bit with the football, but Hutchinson was trying to pull Bishop Carroll off sides.
Makes it a 4th down and 7, and Hutch will send a punt unit in. Not getting fancy with this one. They're going to send the punt unit in and get set to kick it away and let that defense continue to shine. So you have the wind behind you here, Dan. So lone setback back at the 30.
I am totally dumbfounded as to why Bishop Carroll did not punt in the first quarter when they had the wind at their back.
Here comes the snap and the kick. Shanks it off the right. Not a good punt at all by Cunningham. As it comes over by the equipment manager, one of the assistant coaches caught it, and they'll get the angle down on this one, and boy.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened because most people have been there before. He was trying to put it as high in the air as he could to let the wind carry it, and sometimes when you try to do something different than you would normally do when you punt the football, you get a result like that.
And Bishop Carroll has it at the Hutch 42.
It's just like in golf sometimes. Players that have the wind at their back sometimes try to do something different with a shot than they would normally do, and it usually doesn't work out well.
Well, this one kind of backfired a little bit on Hutchinson, so now the defense has got to do the work again. 1st and 10 from the 42 of Hutch. Schmarsh wants to throw it. Rambles to his right side, throws it down, incomplete. It'll be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 from the 42 of Hutchinson.
Hutchinson got some good pressure on Smarsh. He could not stay in the pocket. He had to try to make the throw as he was running towards the sideline.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll. Inside of Hutchinson territory at the 42. That's the farthest they've got it, and that's because they took over the possession there after the punt. The give on the outside, nothing there, and I mean nothing there. Riding him down was Ben Patterson as he was all over Derek Breesey.
Look for Bishop Carroll to try to go to Matt Holthusen, number 11. He has no catches so far in this game, and all season long he's been a big-time player.
3rd down and 10. No gain on the play at all. Tell you what, Patterson's been solid all year long. Really has. Hutchinson playing good defense tonight. Griffin Cook on that right side. Now they're flushing him out of the pocket. He'll throw again. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 10.
He was looking for Matt Holthusen over the middle, but the pressure came, and he couldn't stay in the pocket long enough to find him.
Hutch brought that pressure. Now it's a 4th down and 10 situation. Nope, 3rd down and 10 situation, excuse me. I thought they'd ran another one. Dan, am I wrong?
There was a penalty.
Okay, so it's going to stay 3rd down. And it's a big
one. Yes.
It's a big one. It's back in the Bishop Carroll territory, and they're going to mark it at about the 43-yard line is where the official will put the ball down. So 3rd down and a long ways to go. 3rd and 25.
15-yarder. Could have been a holding in the backfield. I did not see the official give the signal.
Split wide, left side, twin sets, both sides. Ball on the left hash mark. Schmarsh, the quarterback, wants to throw the football. He's got somebody in the flat. The catch is made near midfield, but the stop is there. Coming up to do a great job out of that safety position with Stephon Hunter.
That's right, Stephon Hunter. And he had a little help from Dylan Garrett.
It's at the 49 where they spotted the Bishop Carroll 49. 4th down and I'm going to say 20 to go for the 1st down. So they will now punt the football away.
Gotta believe Bishop Carroll is feeling frustrated with less than 6 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter, down 14-0 on their home field.
Newquist back deep to receive at his own 10 right now. Here's the punt. He'll get it away. It'll take a Bishop Carroll bounce and inside the 15, rolls all the way down to about the 9-yard line.
Good punt.
So Hutchinson will take over 1st and 10 from the 9, their own 9, with 5:39 to go in this 1st quarter of play. Hutchinson has shown that they can move the football. Now they punted on the last possession, but still they've shown that they can move the football on this Bishop Carroll defense, and that's a real positive sign in this first half of play.
Now when you're up 14-0, you are the 11 seed at the 6 seed. You probably want to be very careful with the football when you're starting the drive on your own 9-yard line.
So here we go. Hutchinson with the football deep at its own 9. Lang, the quarterback. Man in motion. Lang wants to throw it again. Airs it out. Incomplete pass. Closest one to it was Hogan.
That was
just over his head.
Nearly a pick 6, as Michael Pauley had a beat on that one and it went through his hands. A dangerous pass play.
5:35 to go in this first half of play. We're in the 2nd quarter. Hutchinson leading 14-0. Now set it up on, again, back at the 8-yard line. Lang gives it off, running play. I think it's Burgess with the carry, and he carries forward across the 10 to about the 12. So pickup of about 3 on the carry. It'll be at the 11. So 3rd down and 7. That's a good safe play right there.
That's right. Bishop Carroll defensive line moving around. That time they left the center uncovered. In that situation, sometimes you can check off to a quarterback sneak and pick up 5 or 6 yards.
And they're still bouncing around along on the defensive line. Here's the throw on the outside. Miller trying to come in and just about picked off again. It was short, and really having a beat on it, like you indicated earlier, was Evan Rosales, as he thought he should have had the pick, and actually Miller had to just about turn into a defensive player there.
That could have been a game-changing type play. Had he been able to come up with the football, he would have waltzed into the end zone.
Now, the bunt that Bishop Carroll had earlier really flipped the field, so now Hutchins have to kick from its own 11, and it should be a good possession for Bishop Carroll as they're set up at the Hutchinson 46 to receive.
That's Michael Pauley deep to receive the punt. He's a good athlete.
Let's see if Cunningham can get a better one than he did last time, and he does get a fairly good one out. It's going to be fair caught at the 45-yard line of Bishop Carroll. So he'll backpedal, and they'll say, we'll put it at the 46.
That one was a majestic punt.
So 1st and 10 now for the Golden Eagles from their own 46, still trailing 14-0 with 4:46 to go. Again, we're in the second quarter of play. Free State 14, Wichita South nothing in football action. Beloit on top of Lakin 16-0 as well. And southeast of Saline 16, Marysville nothing. Just a couple scores to pass on to you from scores in Kansas. Turn to give. The running back is stopped dead. Nothing there.
Aaron Jefferson, big-time tackle.
Derek Breesy. I tell you what, Ben Patterson came in to make a stop, but he didn't have to. He was already down on the ground. He kind of just helped shove him down there is all he was able to do.
Aaron
Good
Jefferson,
job by
very
Jefferson.
active from his nose tackle position.
So that'll be a loss on the play. 2nd down and 11 now for the Golden Eagles. 14-0, Hutch on top, 4:12 to go in the second quarter of play. They'll split wide left side. Back to pass is Schmarz. Pressure on him. Rodriguez had him in his sights, but the catch is made at about the 40. Big pickup right there. As coming up was Hackney along with Hunter, but it was complete and brought down at the 40. 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll. First big play that they've had all game long.
And that was to Luke Holthusen, the younger brother of Matt Holthusen. That's a sophomore making that catch over the middle. Uh-oh, 2 men in motion.
No, 2 men in motion, so flag on the play. It'll be a 1st down and 15.
There was an old hit record for Motown about backfield and motion, and that time there were 2 Bishop Carroll players moving before the snap. Can't do that unless you're in Canada.
That's true. You can do it in Canada. Or arena football, too. You can have a rush and just about past the line of scrimmage. All right, 1st down and 15 with 3:30 to go in the second quarter of play. Bishop Carroll trailing Hutch 14-0. Salthawks have came ready to play tonight. Shotgun formation. Schmarz gives it off. Running back all the way through. Has a big hole. Hackney misses on a tackle all the way down. They'll carry it all the way to the 30.
Bishop Carroll went to the trap play. They pulled the left guard. He made a very nice block and opened a hole.
You don't see it happen too much on Hackney, but he missed on that occasion and ends up being about another 10-yard pickup. They'll mark it 2nd down and short. 2nd down and about 2. So pretty nifty pickup right there. This time they'll give it again, and on the run is going to be Darius Breezy, and he's all the way down to about the 20. He has the 1st down and more, so he's starting to run with a little bit of abandon right now.
Last couple of plays, the Bishop Carroll offensive line has come to life.
And they go with a quick set offense. 2:37 to go in this second quarter of play. Bishop Carroll trailing the Salthawks 14-0. Back in the shotgun, Schmarz wants to throw it on the outside flat. The catch is made, and heading toward the end zone, and in for 6 is going to be Noah Mall, wide receiver on that far side. The senior wide receiver caught it and took it right into the end zone for the TD catch and run. So Bishop Carroll's on the board. 14-6 is your score. Hudson still with the lead. That was a nice catch over there in the flat and uses some speed. So some adjustments have been made, I believe, for that offense for Bishop Carroll. Here's the hold, the kick. It's up and on its way, and it is good. Your score with 2:18 to go in the second quarter of play. It's Hutchinson 14, Bishop Carroll 7. We'll be back with more coming your way in the Bishop Carroll kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
We're here all year, at tax time or any time. We understand you don't think about taxes all year, but we do. At H&R Block, we are available year-round to discuss the tax implications of your life-changing events. From wedding bells, babies, and new homes to medical issues and natural disasters. We're here to put our expertise to work for you. Available at 29 West 2nd in downtown Hutchinson, also in Lyons and Ellsworth.
Well, Salthawks with Bishop Carroll was able to take that drive all the way down and do a good job in getting it into the end zone. And that was a different offense than we've been seeing for the other possessions.
Yeah, that Bishop Carroll offensive line played much better on that series than they have up to this point. Before that series, the Hutchinson Salthawk defense have been dominant.
You know, and also Hutchinson really had them back in some problems, but wasn't able to get it, being able to get them to a situation where they could stop him. Here's a short kick. It's taken at the Hutchinson 31-yard line on a fair catch call. So Armstrong just called for the fair catch right there, and that's where they'll mark the football. So Hutchinson now with 2:18 to go.
That might have actually been a freshman. We haven't seen too much of him, Kevin Wilson, making that fair catch. Kevin Wilson has a bright future. He's been suiting up for varsity games all season.
Now King was back there as well, but he was well and lots deeper. So here Hutch has it 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, leading at 14-7. Clock nearing the 2-minute mark. There's a drive by Hogan. He breaks loose, and he got 5 more yards after he stopped. A 9-yard pickup by Hogan. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but good running backs keep those knees going. There's a flag on the play, however. No, there was not. Excuse me. I was in error.
Definitely want to take care of the football when you're ahead 14-7.
Second down and 2.
2 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Ball at the Hutch 40. Lang wants to throw it. Goes long, gets it on the outside. Catch is made. First down for Hutchinson. It'll move the chains. That'll be caught at the 46. Nice job over there by Kokar.
Hutchinson continuing to play aggressive football.
Ball's on the 46. Hutchinson's own 46. 1st and 10. Lang sends Kokar out to the right side. Boy, they're playing way off of him. And Miller as well. Give up the middle. Safe play right there. Hogan carries it up about a 2-yard pickup.
Hutchinson burns their second time out of the half.
And 1:20 to go in this second quarter. Quick timeout. A 30-second timeout coming your way. We'll be back with more from Bishop Carroll High School. Hutch leading 14-7 inside of 50 seconds to go in the first half of play. We'll be back right after this.
We're here all year, at tax time or any time. We understand you don't think about taxes all year, but we do. At H&R Block, we are available year-round to discuss the tax implications of your life-changing events. From wedding bells, babies, and new homes to medical issues and natural disasters. We're here to put our expertise to work for you. Available at 29 West 2nd in downtown Hutchinson, also in Lyons and Ellsworth.
Salthawks with the football now after the timeout with 1:20 to go. In this first half of play, 14-7, Hutchinson with the lead. Lang down under center, wants to throw it again. Goes long down the field, has a receiver open, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off at the 20 and returned by Bishop Carroll. Big time tackle over there, and I tell you what, somebody brought the wood over there for Hutchinson.
The center, Cooper Doobie. My goodness, the center, 5'11", 235 pounds, covered that interception return and looked like an all-world defensive back on the tackle. It looked like Devin Hackney in the open field.
They stopped it at the 30, or 35, excuse me. So 1st and 10. So again, with 1:10, plenty of time for Bishop Carroll to get down there. And he had Kokar open, but Kokar was not able to out-jump the Bishop Carroll safety.
Ryan Paca made that interception.
Here's Schmarsh, the quarterback, steps up, wants to go long. He has a receiver out there, incomplete pass, so over the outstretched hands down there, one of his wideouts. That was a long pass all the way down to the Hutch 40. Good coverage down there by Hunter. Stops the clock, though, with 1:04 to go, so they don't use too much clock.
Bishop Carroll capable of putting points on the board, even though they're in their own territory. At the 35, 1:04 to play, Bishop Carroll still has all 3 timeouts.
Hutchison went for the big strike and didn't get it. Instead, it was a pick. Now Bishop Carroll with the football. There's the snap. The keep by Schmarsh. Schmarsh trying to go on the outside. Cunningham's got him around the jersey and drops him down, but I think he got the first down. It's going to be really close to the first down. Yep, they will say he's got it. It'll be right at the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for Bishop Carroll. They hurry up. They have it at their own 45. Inside of 46 seconds now to go. Schmarsh will keep it around the right side. He dives forward to about the 50-yard line. He's stopped right there.
Bishop Carroll will take their first time out.
And they will take the timeout. That'll be here their first. 40 seconds to go before halftime, and we'll get a 30-second break in as well. Hutch 14, Bishop Carroll 7. We'll be back in a half minute.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on air thanks to these outstanding Salt Hawk boosters. The Medicine Shop, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Hayden's & Co. Salon and Beyond, American Family Insurance Agent Travis Rodenbaugh, APAC Shears, Pools Plus, First National Bank, Next Tech Wireless, the Summit of Hutchinson with Doctors Lowen and Severud, Prairie Star Health Center, Ashcraft Pharmacy, Axel's Taxi, and Edward Jones Financial Advisor William Thacker. Thanks for listening.
Hutchinson leading 14-7. Welcome back. 40 seconds to go before halftime. Ball's on the Bishop Carroll 47-yard line. So 2nd down, they'll call it 7. Carroll wants to throw it. Schmarsh steps back, dances a little bit, tackle whiffed on him right there. He gets out of the pocket, throws it downfield, incomplete pass. Barely missing. Back in the backfield, I think that was Rodriguez back there.
That's right.
Barely missing on getting Schmarsh for a big stop.
The coverage downfield, excellent by Hutchinson. Schmarsh just had no open receivers.
Derby all over Wichita Southeast, 49-6 in the second quarter of play. Don't know if anybody's going to touch Derby this year. There's this snap. Schmarsh crossed and catch made, and they turn upfield, and God has the first down inside of Salt Hawk territory out to 45.
Noah Mall made the catch and got the first down, but he is now on the field with an injury.
Yep, even tossed a helmet off, and he is really in pain. So we're going to take a timeout also. 26 seconds remaining to go before halftime. 14-7, Hutchinson with the lead. 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll at the Hutchinson 44-yard line. We'll be back in a half minute.
If you or your loved
send
one
someone
is
money,
65 or
pay a
over,
babysitter,
it's that
split
time
the
again.
bill, use FirstPay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A timeout taken for an injury. 26 seconds left to go before halftime, and a Bishop Carroll injury, and young player was really in pain when we went to the timeout. Now he's being surrounded by, of course, training staff as well as coaches from Bishop Carroll.
That's Noah Mall, the 6'1", 170-pound senior wide receiver who has made quite a few plays so far in this game, and now all the players on both sides of the field taking a knee.
Taking knees. So I think it's his lower extremities but a classy move by both sidelines to grab a knee. Again, we talked about on the pregame, a lot of these players will be their last football game. Dan, there'll be a handful that might go on to play KCAC and possibly some D1s, D2s, but the majority that are seniors out here, a vast majority, this will be the last, and certainly hope for this young man that he's able to bounce out. He is a senior, 6'1", 170. He is a wide receiver. That they're tending to him right now down on the field.
20 seniors on Bishop Carroll's football team, 18 on Hutchinson's.
So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that and see what's going to happen here.
He
gets up and he's going to be helped to the sideline.
Now the good news is that no stretcher was required. So that's a positive sign. Walking very slowly with the assistance of the trainers.
He certainly is. And hopefully he's going to be okay. We'll just have to check for sure what his status is going to be.
26 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hutchinson 14, Bishop Carroll 7.
They're still helping him out on the sideline.
Bishop Carroll trying to drive, get some points on the board. They are going into the wind, and I believe the wind has died down to where it's not quite.
So here he goes, back to Pazia Schmarsh, throws it on the right side. Receivers out there, broken up by the Salt Hawks. Good defense back there.
The freshman, Terrell King.
King came down and got the job done, knocks it away with 12 seconds remaining to go. Again before halftime. That was a heck of a defensive play. That ball was right on the money. There was double coverage back there, but King came up and got it done.
Well thrown ball. Excellent defense.
So now, what will Schmarsh do with 12 seconds to go? Second down and 10. Back to pass to Schmarsh. Flushed out of the pocket. Goes to the right. Throws it again. A catch is made at the 40. Inside of Salt Hawk territory. Might have the first down. But with 5 seconds to go, and I think they will move the chains. Let's double check it.
And I think he went out of bounds also to stop the clock. That was Nathan Landon on the catch.
Yeah, he's good for the first down, however. So the Golden Eagles get another first down out of it.
Bishop Carroll's going to go ahead and take their second timeout with just 5 seconds to play in the quarter.
Well, it's interesting first quarter, Dan, as Hudson got on the board and scored first. Hogan with a short touchdown run to take it in. Hutch got short field advantage, took over at their Bishop Carroll 40-yard line and took it right down the field with some really good play calls. Got it into the end zone, and that was after the end of first quarter. They led it, got another gift, had it at the 32 of Bishop Carroll after a fourth down try, and was able to this time connect with the touchdown to Hogan on the screen pass to go up 14-0.
And this would be a good opportunity for a screen pass for Bishop Carroll to try, because you know Hutchinson will be coming hard with those defensive linemen, and all the defensive backs will be protecting the end zone. They did put I'm sorry. I thought they put some time on the clock.
No, that's the timeout. Yeah. They're timing that timeout. That threw me off for a little too.
Always confuses me when I look at the clock and it's running during a timeout.
Very rarely are you confused. I will say that about you the years that I've worked with you. So, and here, let's see what Bishop Carroll comes up with.
Oh, they're going to try, possibly, they're setting up for a 51-yard field goal attempt into the breeze, but again, the wind has died down to where it's not much of a factor.
All right, here we go. Here's the kick. It's on its way. It looks like it's going to be way short. It's no good. And Hutchinson will take in at halftime a 14-7 lead into the dressing room. We will take a 2-minute timeout, add up all the numbers, be back with more at halftime, brought to you by the Medicine Shop. 14th of Main is the Medicine Shop. They do a great job, deliver, and do it all. We'll have those halftime stats coming your way right after this 2-minute timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
If you or your loved one is 65 or over, it's that time again. Time to review your Medicare Part D coverage. Plan options change every year, but Ashcraft Pharmacy, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, can help you make sense of it all. We have special software that can help you compare plans and choose the best option so you get the medications you need at the lowest out-of-pocket cost. Stop by Ashcraft Pharmacy in South Hutchinson today, or give us a call to set up your free Medicare plan review. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Forward. Always moving. Never stagnant. Together. Nothing great is ever accomplished without it. At Fee Insurance Group, we've been working side by side with our clients for more than a century. Together with individuals, organizations, and communities, we look ahead to protect the people, places, and things they love. We're Fee Insurance Group. Forward. Together.
The end of summer is always a sad time for us here at Pools Plus. Swimming pools are all closed up, but grills and fire pits are lit up for fall. And Pools Plus has the perfect outdoor furniture setup to help entertain your crew. Come to Pools Plus and shop all the fun, bright-colored rockers, Adirondacks, tables, and more. Buy a spa and search for the downtown Hutch Pumpkin during October right here at Pools Plus. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Apex Shears has deep roots in Kansas. This is Tom Stivers. We were started by George Shears in 1874, just 3 years after the founding of Hutchinson, and are Hutchinson's first contractor. Apex Shears is known for big highway projects, but think local when you need a new driveway, parking lot, or other paving project.
So Zach Hogan with 2 touchdowns, one by way of rush, the other one by way of catching a screen pass. Noah Kokar caught 3 passes for 25 yards in that first half of play. Ben Patterson, once again, absolutely fantastic defensively, 7 tackles in the first half. For Bishop Carroll, Derek Breeze picked up 29 yards on 9 attempts. The quarterback, Chase Smarsh, 26 yards on 5 carries. Smarsh at quarterback, 9 of 14 for 75 yards and a touchdown pass to Noah Mall, a 21-yard touchdown, a 21-yard touchdown pass. Noah Mall injured late in that second quarter, had to be assisted off the field. We don't know what his status will be in the second half. But in that first half of action, Bishop Carroll gambling twice and losing. Hutchinson putting points on the board as a result of those 2 failed fourth down conversion attempts. It's Hutchinson 14, Bishop Carroll 7.
A really impressive first half of play by Hutchinson. Now, Bishop Carroll kind of sped things up a little bit, Dan, and once they kind of decided they better spread it up, not let the defense get set as much, and once they did that, they had success. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hutchinson counters with that in the second half of play to try to kind of keep Bishop Carroll off that. I think Hutchinson needs to keep attacking to some extent because they seem to be doing that. Little concern, we maybe got a little lucky with the long pass that was intercepted, because I really thought, you and I kind of conferred, we thought Coach was going to be a little bit more conservative, but he tried to go for the really long one that would have caught Bishop Carroll off guard, but was not able to make the catch, and actually was intercepted. So we'll see what the second half will bring to us coming up in just a little bit. We've got a little bit of audio trouble we've got to work with, so we're going to take actually a 3-minute timeout. We're going to come back and try to set things up for the second half of play. We'll be back with more from Bishop Carroll. 14-7, Hutch on top of Bishop Carroll. We'll be back after this 3-minute timeout.
Hutchinson Community College and Blue Dragon Athletics are proud to support the Hutchinson Salthawks. Whether you're working towards your degree or are a busy working individual with limited time to attend class, Hutch CC has what you're looking for. And for those still in high school, Hutchinson Community College's Step Ahead program provides a head start on a quality education, and it may not cost the student anything. Visit hutchcc.edu or call 888-GO-HUTCH for more details. And good luck this season to the Salthawks.
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
Cody Smith, attorney at law and an alumni of Hutch High, would like to wish the very best to the Salthawks this season. Cody specializes in bankruptcy and other areas of the law. If you're feeling overwhelmed with debt, give Cody a call. Don't wait until creditors garnish your bank account or paycheck. Call Cody Smith, attorney at law, at 620-259-2424 or visit codysmith.law. That's .L-A-W. Cody is a debt relief attorney, helping people file for relief under the bankruptcy code. Go Salthawks.
Vader Jackson Financial Advisors are now Envision Investment Group. Due to the growth of the investment and client relations team, they have a new location to better serve you. 15 Compound Drive in Hutchinson. Stay tuned for an open house. Time and date to be announced soon. We understand there have been many changes, so please feel free to reach us at 669-8291. Check for updates at envisionig.com. Envision Investment Group, your future is our focus. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Now through December 7th is your annual Medicare D sign-up period. The Hutch Medicine Shop once again is the one and only place you need to consider to help get your best plan. Throw away any literature you receive in the mail, and don't be misled by TV ads. If you want to get your meds local and get the best prices, come to the Medicine Shop. We'll input your drug list and find your best plan. Medicare D sign-up is now at the Hutch Medicine Shop in Midtown.
Your choices at Prairie Star Health Center just keep getting better. Dr. Cecilia Hinton has joined our exceptional staff and invites you to rely on her as your primary care provider for your health and wellness concerns. And she'll be right there with you to address any chronic diseases, aggravating pain, or other issues. Dr. Hinton knows it's all about you at Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
Hi, everybody. Just about 6 minutes to go before we started the second half of play. And, Dan, what does Hutchinson have to do in the second half to kind of keep things going the way they've been going for them?
Well, the defense really set the tone for Hutchinson in that first quarter when they only allowed 13 Bishop Carroll yards on 8 snaps, forced Bishop Carroll to turn the ball over twice on 4th down. They went 4 and out twice. And Hutchinson needs to figure out a way to get some long, sustained drives going in this third quarter. Now, the tough thing is Bishop Carroll will receive to start the third quarter. And I know that this sounds a little bit kooky maybe, but even though Hutchinson's up 14-7, I don't think it'd be a terrible idea to try an onside kick or something to start this third quarter.
Well, that certainly would be a surprise. I'm not sure we're going to see that take place or not, but that certainly would be a thought process to think about, hey, what about this, huh?
It's week 9. Hutchinson's an 11 seed. Bishop Carroll's a 6 seed. Hutchinson is really not onside kicked that I can remember all season, and that had been something in previous years that was a pretty important part of them stealing extra possessions. Now, the next thing I want to say, this is going to sound funny too, because probably the biggest tackle of this first half came by Hutchinson's center, Cooper Doobie, after the interception by Bishop Carroll late in the second quarter. He was looking to have a big return of that interception. The center, Cooper Doobie, gets downfield and makes a bone-jarring open field tackle.
He really did.
To stop him at the 35-yard line, and Bishop Carroll was not able to put points on the board before the clock expired as their drive stalled and they tried a 51-yard field goal attempt. As time expired in the second quarter, the field goal attempt came up way short, and Hutchinson retained that 14-7 lead.
I think it would be you'd be taking a big chance if you tried the onside kick. I like the gambler, the showboat gambler that you show with your thought process right there, but I think it would be really would be a huge mistake possibly if you did that. I'm not sure.
It would be a very aggressive play, especially the Hutchinson Salt Hawk defense was very good, especially in the first quarter. But if they can continue to
First National Bank, Next Tech Wireless, the Summit of Hutchinson with Doctors Lowen and Severud, Prairie Star Health Center, Ashcraft Pharmacy, Axel's Taxi, and Edward Jones Financial Advisor William Thacker. Thanks for listening.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use First Pay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Ashcraft Pharmacy, we're committed to helping you and your wallet stay healthy.
I'm always looking for ways to save money so I can enjoy more of the things I love, like traveling. Medicare plans change each year. Fortunately, my Health Mart pharmacist at Ashcraft Pharmacy helped me understand which insurance plan would save me the most.
Ashcraft Pharmacy in South Hutchinson today. We have special software that can help you sort out the confusion for you too. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Halftime about to start. Glenn Grunwald, Dan Nacarata. You're listening to Salt Hawk football right here on KWBW, 1450 AM and 98.5 FM in Hutchinson. And also on HutchPost.com tonight, Dan. I tell you what, this has been a so far in the first half, everything that we thought it would be, a pretty good matchup. Coach Vernon, when you talked to him the other day, he thought the same thing. He says, hey, you know what, I think we can play with them, and he showed that in the first half of play.
Without question, there's some people around the state looking at this halftime score with Hutchinson ahead of Bishop Carroll 14-7, and I'm sure there are some surprised people around the state. But remember, this is a Hutchinson football team that went 8-2 last year. They're a good football team, and that 4-4 record, remember that included an overtime loss earlier in the season to Garden City, and just a couple of plays go a different direction, they could very easily be 6-2, just like Bishop Carroll is right now.
Yeah, you look at things like that. Coaches look at things like that, and that's what gives them gray hair is when they're sitting there thinking, oh, yeah, we could have been this or we could have been that. But the reality was it was that, at least for sure with the Garden City game. I'd kind of like to say also possibly it could have been that way with the May South game. Hutchinson was trailing by one touchdown, was driving the ball with about 6 minutes to go, had a pretty good drive going, and fumbled the football away. And then so maybe there's one that slipped away from you possibly. But all I know is they're smack dab in the middle of this one at halftime right now, and down by only up by a score of 14-7. So the big concern would be maybe the hurry-up offense. Hopefully they have an answer for that defensively, because it was a different Bishop Carroll team that once they got the football was really, when they trailed 14-0 and got the other possession back, they really moved it.
It was almost like the alarm clock went off in the Bishop Carroll bedroom and everybody jumped out of bed and started to get ready for work, because they were a different football team after they got behind 14-0 than they were early in this football game.
We think we got our audio kind of beat a little bit, although I see a little yellow light over here, so that's a little bit of a concern, but we'll let it ride on down and then try the other one. So we hope we can get through this possibly without losing our audio, and if we do, I got a way that we can try to change it over a little bit, so we'll see what's going to happen. But those are technicalities that people don't really care about. We'll keep the video going for sure. So anyway, I'm excited for the second half to get underway. It's turned into a pretty doggone nice night out here this evening. And, of course, we're inside. It makes it a little bit different, but we'll just have to see what's going to take place with the temperatures as it drops. I did see earlier on in the week, not so much tonight, although a low of 38 is expected. You might want to throw something over some plants that if you're concerned, maybe some herbs you might have outside. But the 10-day total has tomorrow a high of 68, and then it's going to drop into the 50s and then the 40s. Chance of rain on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and it's still going to stay pretty nice. Again, a bye for the Blue Dragons this week as they'll wait and see where they go or who they host. There's two different options coming up with the playoffs in the Kansas Jayhawk Conference. Here, our attention's on high school football right now, and again, Bishop Carroll will receive the football to start the second half of play.
Hutchinson defense so impressive early in this game. Let's see if they can continue to control the line of scrimmage, which I thought would be a tough challenge for Hutchinson before this game started, because the Bishop Carroll offensive line, big and athletic, and they have been pretty much dominating defensive lines in most of their games so far this season. But that Hutchinson defense under Coach Scott Yanis, who has over 200 wins as a defensive coordinator at Hutchinson High School, it's a very impressive, disciplined defense.
Bishop Carroll, again, a loss to Wichita East, a loss to Derby. 44-36 was that score, and that was back on week number 3. Derby at that time was up 41-17 in that contest. So just as you indicated, a 7-point lead, they're going to need a little bit more than that, I believe, as we start this second half of play.
It will take more than 14 points to win this football game.
So Hutch will kick off. Bishop Carroll will receive. They'll protect the goal to the south here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. And we're about set to get underway.
Big open space in the middle of the field at the 30.
Here comes the kick. Runyon's kick's going to be short, and it's going to be grabbed over there at about the 12-yard line and brought upfield just up the right sideline. There's a missed tackle and finally dropped after the player got all the way back out close to the 40-yard line. They'll mark it officially at about the 39. Great return by Bishop Carroll.
Michael Pauley, I thought he would let the kick go out of bounds, but he caught it on the bounce and then did a tightrope act along the sideline for a good return.
So Hutch will get set now defensively. Hutchison came out and played great in that first half of play defensively. Did give up the touchdown late. Here's Schmarsh back in his shotgun formation again. Gets the ball, he'll keep it himself. He's trying to knife inside. He's finally brought down after a nice gain, close to about a 7-yard pickup. They'll mark it at the 45. So it'll bring up 2nd down and a long 3.
Bishop Carroll gets on the ball quickly, and sometimes they don't actually snap it.
Schmarsh, a good athlete.
And that was the case again. They get on the ball quickly, don't actually snap it, then they look to the sideline for the play to be signaled in.
Now he gets set again. Schmarsh, wide receiver, trip set to the right side. Gives it off again, and a quick tackle, dropping him in his tracks right there was Derek Breezy. Nice job by the defense of Hutchison. Again, Rick Jefferson up there to get the job done.
Braden Rodriguez looks pretty good on that defensive line. He's been very close to getting some quarterback sacks. He's been playing well the whole game.
Did a nice job right there as he was able to come down and get the stop made.
Seems like every time you look up, Bishop Carroll's got a 3rd down.
They've converted on quite a few of them. 3rd down and 3. To give straight ahead running again. Nothing there. And, I was going to say, were they going to give him the spot where he ended up, but it was not. So it's just a pickup of a little bit, maybe about a half a yard, 4th down.
Griffin Cook made the tackle. And it appears to me that Coach Dusty Trail may have learned his lesson in the first quarter. He's sending the punt team onto the field.
Yeah, he's sitting there saying, you know what? I gave up 2 touchdowns because I got a little greedy. At least now they're going to punt the football. Hutchison will have Newquist back deep, setting up at his own 20. Here's the kick into the wind. High end-over-end kick. Newquist comes up, makes the catch, and boy, was that a close one to getting away from him, but he held on to it. Hutch ball 1st and 10 from their own 30. So Hutchison will set up offense now. So gone is the deferring to the second half because Hutchison was able to stop that possession. Now Hutch has a possession of their own.
Hutchinson would love to go on a 70-yard scoring drive here with less than 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
Salt Hawk football. Lang turns straight ahead, running by Hogan. He's stopped right at the line of scrimmage, fumbles the football. It's picked up by, but they're going to say he was down. Picked up by the Golden Eagles, but they say he was down. And Hutchison gets saved there by a quick whistle.
That was Walt Gray who picked up the football and would have loved to waltz into the end zone for a scoop and score, but it was after the running back was tackled. 2nd
down and 8 now for Hutch High. Again, you're listening to Hutch High football right here on KWBW all season long. KWBW, Hutchinson, Kansas. We're in Wichita. Lang wants to keep it himself around that left side. He's going to be stuck for a loss. Falls back to the 30. It'll be back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10.
Another big play by Michael Pauley for Bishop Carroll. Winner of this game most likely will be headed, well, if Bishop Carroll wins this game, I think it would be at Mays either way. The winner of this game is likely to go to Mays 1 week from tonight.
Gardner Edgerton 14, Dodge City 13. That's a good game being played out in Dodge City.
Without question, the longest trip of the year for Gardner Edgerton.
All right, Hutchison sets up, left hash mark, 8:32 to go in this 3rd quarter. Lang wants to throw, and he's going to be swamped down for a loss, a big loss, all the way back down to the 20. Lost 10 on the play. They came in from that blind side. He never saw him coming as the Hutchison offensive line lost that bout right now. It's going to be punt time for Hutch. 4th down at about 20.
That was Walt Gray on the sack. Again, Walt Gray, that family moved from Hutchinson to Wichita. He was a Trinity Catholic High School player. prior to coming to Bishop Carroll.
By the way, Trinity Catholic trailing Kingman in third quarter action. A little surprise here at halftime. Wichita East 10, Garden City nothing.
I'm not sure. Hutchinson's going to have to take a timeout.
I think they are too. They're going to burn a timeout here as they were getting set to punt the football. A little confusion out there, and we'll take a timeout with them. Third quarter action, Hutch up 14-7. We'll be back with more from Bishop Carroll High School right after this 30-second timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Forward, always moving, never stagnant. Together, nothing great is ever accomplished without it. At Fee Insurance Group, we've been working side by side with our clients for more than a century. Together with individuals, organizations, and communities, we look ahead to protect the people, places, and things they love. We're Fee Insurance Group. Forward, together.
It's going to be Kokar kicking this time. Gets the snap. Wants to run with it. He's going to take it around the outside. Now he kicks it. Gets a nice kick down past midfield. Takes a Hutch bounce all the way down to the 35-yard line. And what that kind of was, Dan, is if he had an open field, you kind of feel like he was going to have the green light. But they were closing in on him. He decided to kick it away. And that one worked pretty good because it took Hutch out of deep in their own end zone. Bishop Carroll still with good field position, but it's going to be on their own 42-yard line rather than actually on their own 34-yard line rather than midfield.
It was a rugby-style punt where Noah Kokar ran to his right. If he thought he could pick up the first down, he would have just kept it and tried for it, and then he punted it right before he got to the line of scrimmage.
So Hudson digs in defensively. Bishop Carroll on the offense. Schmarsh will give it to his running back. He's running hard up the field, goes breezy, and it's all the way stopped after a 9-yard pickup. Patterson came in to make the stop, but I'll tell you what, that kid's running like a man possessed right now. He is a junior, and he's doing a really good job out of that running back spot. There's a flag on the play.
Might be coming back for a hold.
So that's probably maybe why he got so open, huh?
That's a devastating penalty. Instead of a gain of 9, it's a penalty that will back Bishop Carroll up to their 26-yard line. Make it 1st and 18.
So 14-7, Hudson with the lead, 7:14 to go in this third period of play, and it's going to be, as you indicated, a 1st and 18 from the 26. Back to pass, they get the pass away, but it's Carroll just across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line. On that receiving end that time, he's caught a couple today. It's going to be Timothy Helton.
Bishop Carroll with quite a few weapons offensively. They're a hard team to stop. Hutchinson's done it very well so far in this game.
Now, they're not going as hurry up as they were. I think it's because of the success of the play. As Hutchinson done a good job of shutting down part of the run. Now they show blitz, Hutch does, but backs out of it a little bit. Now they want to throw, play action on the outside. Catch is made, but short of the first down. Great defensive effort as Hutch comes up and stops Helton this time.
Good play by Titan Hennehaw.
Titan comes up and makes a nice stop over there. He made the catch, so he picks up a few yards, but third down, and we'll call it 6. You mentioned it, third down every time we turn around just about.
Well, that's a good tribute to the Hutchinson defense to continue to force Bishop Carroll into third down situations.
Back to pass. Schmarsh to the right side. It's picked! It's picked! It's intercepted! It's going to be a pick 6 for Hutchinson! All the way down on the pick 6, and Hutchinson takes to the house. It was King on the pick. He juggled it, and he finally caught it, and he was able to bring it in for 6.
How about that for a freshman coming up with a big pick 6?
Oh, my. I'll tell you what. Terrell King juggled it. He looked like he could have been on the Ed Sullivan Show at one time. As he finally got control. He never stopped running, though, Dan. He kept it in front of him, was able to pick it up He finally got control about the 20. It was too late for Bishop Carroll to get on top of him. Here's the hold, and the kick is up and on its way, and a point after, and it is good. And your Salt Hawks are on top of Bishop Carroll, 21-7 with 5:42 to go in the third quarter of play. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from Bishop Carroll High School in Wichita, Kansas, right after this 30-second break on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
The end of summer is always a sad time for us here at Pools Plus. Swimming pools are all closed up, but grills and fire pits are lit up for fall. And Pools Plus has the perfect outdoor furniture setup to help entertain your crew. Come to Pools Plus and shop all the fun, bright-colored rockers, Adirondacks, tables, and more. Buy a spa and search for the downtown Hutch Pumpkin during October right here at Pools Plus. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
We'll be with you next week, I guess, after. 5:42 remaining to go in this third. And Hutchinson has just shocked this Bishop Carroll crowd with a 38-yard pass interception by Terrell King, who's a freshman.
He caught it at full speed. He saw where that play was going, and he jumped into the passing lane. As you said, Glenn, he juggled it for...
He juggled it for 10 yards. Seriously. He juggled it all the way from about the 38 down to about the 25. Here's the kickoff, and it's going to be taken short out about the 14-yard line by Bishop Carroll. Straight up the middle, and he's loose up across midfield. One man to beat, and that's the kicker. Runyon can't get to him, and it's going to be a huge kickoff return for Bishop Carroll. All the way from the 14 into the end zone, and Bishop Carroll put 6 on the board. So just like that, the Golden Eagles back into the ball game. Was that Pauly? I think it was.
No, that was actually Matt Holthusen.
Okay.
That's who we've been talking about to watch for him to make a big pass reception, but he did it with the kick return instead. What, did he say Michael Pauly? I thought it was number 11, Matt Holthusen.
I think it might have been Pauly. Nope, Pauly's going to kick, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Matt Holthusen, the senior wide receiver.
He caught it at the 14 and took it right up the field. The only one that could stop him was Runyon, and he got a piece of him, but that was about it. Kick is up and good, and before the Hutchinson crowd can sit down after celebrating a touchdown of their own, we have a kickoff return for the TBD, and it's 21-14. Hutchinson with the lead still with 5:30 to go in the third quarter of play. We'll be back with more in the Bishop Carroll kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
Apex Shears has deep roots in Kansas. This is Tom Stivers. We were started by George Shears in 1874, just 3 years after the founding of Hutchinson, and are Hutchinson's first contractor. Apex Shears is known for big highway projects, but think local when you need a new driveway, parking lot, or other paving project. Apex Shears is proud to provide local jobs and employ local people. Find out more about your local construction and aggregate company by visiting apexshears.com, a CRH company.
Bishop Carroll with a 85-yard, 86-yard kickoff return to pull within 7 again of Hutchinson, 21-14. With 5:30 to go in the third quarter play. This game has been full of big-time plays. Here comes the kick. It's high, end over end. Taken by King again. This time he's at the 8. Up the field, he'll bring it. He'll bring some electricity as well. And finally stopped across the 20 to about the 22. As good as a touchback. So it'll be okay. Hutchinson will have the football. Now let's see what Hutch can do with the ball. So they were fired up after the King interception, but it was short-lived, really short-lived.
And the really good news for Bishop Carroll, Noah Mall was back into the game on that kick cover team, so whatever injury he sustained in the second quarter, he must be okay.
They'll split wide left side for Hutchinson. Get set. They want to throw it on the outside. Kokar catches in the slot, and nothing there. They had that one read too from the start. Matter of fact, maybe a loss on the play.
You're right, loss of 2. Back to the 19.
So 2nd down and 12.
Such a dangerous pass on that missile pass to the sideline, because if it's picked off, there's no one to stop the defensive player from sprinting to the end zone.
So Hutchinson facing a 2nd down and 12.
Devin Spiller back in the game at fullback.
Ball on the 19, Hutch's own 19. Back to pass Lang. Has Miller open, an incomplete pass. Another one that could have been picked off and ran back.
That's about four passes in addition to the one that was picked off. That's about 4 times Bishop Carroll has nearly come up with.
Not criticizing Miller, but he needs to come back to that ball a little bit right there. He just stayed set, and the defensive man read him. You kind of got to maybe try to come back for it to make it more of a sure catch and make the guy woof on you.
And that's exactly why Terrell King was able to get his pick 6, because the Bishop Carroll receiver did not come back to the football.
So 3rd down and 12 now facing Hutchinson. Momentum's really swung over to Bishop Carroll after that kickoff, the scintillating kickoff return they had. Man in motion. Hutch wants to throw it. Receivers out there, and it's Hogan. He caught it short of the 1st down, however. They'll be at about the 25-yard line. So it's going to be a 4th down situation.
That was Michael Pauley stopped him right in his tracks.
So Hutch is going to have to kick it away. It's 4th down and 6. And again, having pretty good field position will be Bishop Carroll. So Hutch is going to call on the defense again to try and get it done.
Noah Kokar will be back to punt again, but he doesn't have very much room along the right sideline. The ball's on the right hash. I don't think he can do that rugby kick this time.
Here's the snap. Gets the kick away. High end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken for a fair catch at the 44 of Bishop Carroll. So they'll have excellent field position. Bishop Carroll down by a touchdown to Hutchinson. 21-14 is your score. Hutch with the lead. And Bishop Carroll will have their possession again. Well, we've had a little bit of everything in this ball game. We've had screen passes for touchdowns, kickoffs for touchdowns, pick plays for touchdowns, and rushing plays for touchdowns.
Zach Hogan has the 2 offensive touchdowns for Hutchinson. Terrell King, the pick 6, scoring on the defense.
Here's the snap. Schmarsh gives the ball away. Fun to fumble. Hutch comes up with it. They gave it in the middle to Breezy again, and this time it was stripped away. Now the referee is going to come over with the white hat. Hutch acting like they should have it, and it's not going to be Hutch football. The reaction from the players was definitely Hutch football. They say, nope, it was down. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line.
Bishop Carroll certainly dodged disaster on that play. No gain on the play, but very nearly Hutchinson's football.
So here we're set up again. 2nd down and 10. Salthawks thought they had a fumble recovery, didn't get it. One in the pass is Schmarsh. Throws it in the traffic. Good stop. Catch was made, but only about a yard on the pickup, maybe 2. Now they give his forward progress. Boy, that's a really liberal spot right there.
Free safety. Kinzer Newquist was right on top of the receiver. I don't even know how the ball got through. Kinzer nearly deflected it.
4-yard pickup. I thought it was going to be maybe 1 or 2, but they spot it up right at the 48-yard line. There's a pitch on the outside, and Newquist comes up to make the stop right at midfield. It'll be 4th down. 4th down and 5 for Bishop Carroll. Will they go for it? They went for it twice in the ball game, and both times were scored on after they were stopped.
Here comes the punt team. I'm sure that Coach Dusty Trail for Bishop Carroll wishes he had punted the first couple of...
Maybe his assistant coaches said, what were you thinking?
I am perplexed about why he went for it twice.
Because in reality, it would be 14-7 right now. Maybe. Who knows what would have happened? We're speculating. What was nice is that Hutch took advantage of it.
That's right.
Hutch still had to go down and score. So it wasn't a gimme.
That's true.
Here they're going to punt the football away. Bishop Carroll will step into it, the punt. It's a pretty good one. Newquist calls for the fair catch and dives, and then he fumbles it and loses it. You knew he was going to have to dive for it, and it will be Bishop Carroll's ball inside the 20-yard line. And one referee is going to come down.
Can't advance a muff. They've got to spot
Yeah, they got to spot it where the muff was.
Wherever Bishop Carroll covered it.
Newquist called for the fair catch, and then the thing was he had to get to the ball and was not able to. Bishop Carroll was down quickly. Now they're deciding where the spot's going to be.
It appeared to me it should be somewhere around the 22-yard line in that neighborhood.
We were kind of screened by the players a little bit, actually, where he dove for the ball. That wind's causing a little bit of havoc. Now they're going to come over and explain to Mike Vernon.
You know, I'm looking at the flag, and it's pretty much limp right now. I do think the wind has died down considerably.
So it will be, however, Bishop Carroll's football. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 24. So that's where they marked it. Pretty close to what you said, Dan. You guessed on the 22, and it's at the 24. So Hutchinson gets set again. Defensively, boy, that defense has been called on to ring the bell many times tonight. 2:09 to go in the third. A one-score game, 21-14. Hutchinson, nice job defensively. Coming up out of the defensive slot was Dylan Garrett to make the stop. There's a flag on the play as it goes flying.
Things are getting a little bit chippy out there right now. Both teams want to win. The competitive juices are flowing. And I think this will go against Bishop Carroll.
Yeah, Griffin Cook came up, and I think it is against Bishop Carroll. So they're going to march it off against Bishop Carroll.
That's a 15-yard penalty. That makes it a lot more difficult for Bishop Carroll.
1:58 to go in this third quarter of play.
Move the football all the way back to the 38-yard line, and the penalty was after the play. It was a dead ball penalty, so it's 2nd down and should be. We've got to get to the 14.
Second down, and well, the ball's on the 38.
2nd down and 24.
Yeah, 2nd down and 24. Give up the middle. Open field, and then finally stopped at about the 30. Pickup of about 8 yards on the carry. It'll bring up a 4th down. It should be a 4th down.
Yeah, that was 2nd down and 24, so it'll be 3rd. 3rd and 17. 1:30 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Hutchinson 21, Bishop Carroll 14.
Big 3rd down call here. 3rd down and 17. Bishop Carroll's been able to get out of these situations. If they want to throw it, they go long off the play action pass. Have a receiver out there. It's going to be caught for the touchdown as he cut right in front of the defensive player. And again, that's going to be Timothy Hilton as he adjusted to the ball. Hennehaw turned, but as he turned, Hilton cut right in front of him and made the catch.
Titan Hennehaw was running stride for stride, perfect position, but the receiver made a fantastic play to adjust to the ball in flight and cut around Hennehaw as the ball was in flight to win the jump ball.
Yeah, he just took an inside route because the ball was adjusted to it, and the kick is up and good. And we're tied up. 1:14 to go in the third quarter of play. It's all knotted up at 21 apiece, just as a playoff game should be. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll wait the Golden Eagle kickoff coming your way right here on the Salt Hawk Radio Network in 30 seconds.
Hutchinson Community College and Blue Dragon Athletics are proud to support the Hutchinson Salt Hawks. Whether you're working towards your degree or are a busy working individual with limited time to attend class, Hutch CC has what you're looking for. And for those still in high school, Hutchinson Community College's Step Ahead program provides a head start on a quality education, and it may not cost the student anything. Visit hutchcc.edu or call 888-GO-HUTCH for more details. And good luck this season to the Salt Hawks.
Well, Bishop Carroll finally caught up with the Salt Hawks. 21-21 tie with 1:14 to go, Dan, in this third period of play. You look back, it took Hutchinson 4:27 before they got to the end zone in that first quarter of play after they took advantage of a fourth down stop. Took it 40 yards. And Again, that was a 9-play, 41-yard drive actually by Hutch. Here's the kickoff, but Hutch can't have the mistakes that they've had so far tonight. Here's King on the return. Up the sideline he goes and finally knocked out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. This kid is going to be something special. Flags fly again, and I think it might be possibly on a Bishop Carroll player. Let's see if it's going to be on a Bishop Carroll player or not. It will be. They point down that way, so evidently things a little chippy, and Hutch not reacting to it. That's the second personal foul, or unsportsmanlike, I should say.
King ran it up the right sideline and returned it to the 41-yard line. Now tack on another 15, and you'll take it all the way to the Bishop Carroll 44.
They'll be at the 44, so Hutch with great field position. We're tied at 21 all. Minute and 8 to go in this third period of play. Hutchison has showed that they could come and play with the big boys tonight, no doubt about that, as they just really impressed me tonight.
Bishop Carroll, number 2 in all of 5A, according to the Wichita Eagle.
Back to pass. They'll throw it on the outside. Lang has a receiver out there, caught by Kokar. Tries to sidestep somebody at the 40 and finally gets right to the 40. It'll be a second down and probably about a 7 situation.
Kokar so effective on yards after the catch. That time Bishop Carroll defense showed their athleticism with 4 or 5 defensive players immediately rallying to the football and making the tackle.
39 seconds left to go in the third period of play. 21-21 tie. Hutch on the move. Second down, and we'll call it 7. The give straight ahead running. Couple yards. We'll bring up a third down at about 5. Across the 40. Hogan on the carry. They'll mark it right at the 39-yard line.
Hutchinson can let the third quarter expire if they wish. And it looks like that's what Coach Vernon has in mind.
We go to the third. Hutchison with a 21-21 tie with Bishop Carroll. And actually, yep, he's going to let it elapse. So we will go to the fourth period of play, that is. That's the end of the third. Hutchison 21, Bishop Carroll 21. Don't go away. Fourth quarter action just around the corner. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
Hey friends and neighbors, Next Tech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Next Tech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
We go to the fourth, 21-21 tie. Now, if you're just tuning in and you're saying it's 21 Bishop Carroll, 21 Hutchison, you missed one heck of a ball game in the first 3 quarters.
Through 3 quarters of action, Bishop Carroll 194 yards of total offense, Hutchinson 109 yards, but Hutchinson with the Terrell King pick 6.
Here we go. Hutchinson football on the Bishop Carroll 40. And Lang's going to be thrown for a loss all the way back to the 49. They came with the blitz, and he did not have a prayer. Lost 7 to 8 on the play. Their forward progress, he'll say, he was actually caught at about the 46. So they were kind on that spot right there.
They were. Credit the sack to Sam Dooling for Bishop Carroll, but the offensive line had no chance because there were just too many Bishop Carroll players coming on that all-out blitz.
Fourth down and about 12 for Hutchison. They're going to punt the football away. Hutch will. Hutch defense been playing pretty good. He had that kickoff return that was huge. And here's Kokar. He'll kick it away. Gets a nice kick. Fair catch call for and taken at the 5. So Bishop Carroll deep in their own territory. And that punt could just about flip the field if the defense is able to hold here on this Bishop Carroll possession. 21-21 tie with 11:10 to go. Again in this fourth period of play. Playoffs, first round of the playoffs. Hutchison more than likely would be traveling to Mays, but you never know. I haven't seen a Mays score pop up on my Twitter feed yet. Gardner Edgerton all over Dodge City now, 27-13 in that game. Here we go. Hutchison defensively was set up. Quarterback keeps, gives away, and nothing there at all. And now is there a fumble? And let's see what they say. Hutchinson football. Hutch came in on the football there on the carry by Breesy. They didn't get it earlier. They got it this time. They'll have it at about the 11. They'll mark it at the 11. Hutch has a gift given to him right there. Let's see if they can punch it in.
Dylan Garrett came hard to clean up the play. He may have jarred the ball loose, and a teammate jumped on that football.
Breesy's been running effectively, but Dan, he might be getting a little tired. He's taking a licking out there tonight by the Hutchinson defense.
That was a hard hit.
That was a real hard hit. Here's Lang, the quarterback, at the 11 of Bishop Carroll. The gift up the middle. Hutchinson gives the ball quickly to Spiller. He takes it inside of the 10-yard line. Devin Spiller's only 5'8", 151. He's getting some action that he hadn't gotten all year long.
Tell your friends to dial in this football game because it is ultimately exciting.
Salthawks have it at the 9-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Inside the red zone. After the fumble recovery. Lang wants to throw it. Has the pass caught, then stripped away. Incomplete. Looked like O'Sullivan had it out at about the 5-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 9.
Evan Rosales, the defensive cornerback, jarred the ball loose. But honestly, folks, you don't see games as exciting as this one very often when it's week 9 of the high school football season in Kansas.
10:26 to go. Clock stop with the incomplete pass. Hutch breaks the huddle. Miller on the right side. O'Sullivan on the left. Hogan back in there at that tailback spot. Man in motion, Kokar. They'll give it to Kokar. He'll dance inside, try to get to the end zone. He's still churning down to about the 2. And let's see where they're going to spot it. It's going to be right at the 2 or 1 yard line.
Bishop Carroll came with the blitz again. Noah Kokar, so elusive, sidestepped the blitz and had a little bit of room to matriculate to the goal line.
4th and about a foot. The ball's on the 3. So you can get a 1st down without scoring.
Quarterback sneak.
Well, they come up and they read that. Lang points off. They had a movement.
There's the flag.
And it should be an automatic 1st down with this, shouldn't it? If it's enough to give it to him.
Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, it's offsides. Encroachment's the call. Lang pointed to something. I think there might have been contact made by a defensive player.
Well, that's what Hutchinson had in mind when they came to the line of scrimmage, to see if they could draw Bishop Carroll into encroachment, and that's exactly what happened.
And that will be, they'll mark it right at the 1. And it will be 1st and 10. 1st and goal from the 1. So half the distance was enough to give them a 1st down. 1st and goal. Boy, they're bunching up on Lang in the middle there. See if Hutch can get to the outside or not. The carry, Lang with the quarterback sneak. It's close. And they give it a touchdown. Lang from 1 yard out. Took it himself, took it right up there. Hutch regains the lead at 27-21. Lang with the quarterback keeper. They really bunched him up though, Dan. I was surprised on the call a little bit. But Nick Lang, senior quarterback, was able to get it done.
Super important extra point attempt for Tayson Runyon.
Nick's a junior, I apologize. Here's the kick by Runyon. It's up and is good. And Hudson regains the lead at 28-21 with 9:36 to go in this 4th quarter of play. We will be back with more right after this 30-second timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Cody Smith, attorney at law and an alumni of Hutch High, would like to wish the very best to the Salt Hawks this season. Cody specializes in bankruptcy and other areas of the law. If you're feeling overwhelmed with debt, give Cody a call. Don't wait until creditors garnish your bank account or paycheck. Call Cody Smith, attorney at law, at 620-259-2424 or visit codysmith.law. That's .L-A-W. Cody is a debt relief attorney, helping people file for relief under the bankruptcy code. Go Salt Hawks.
All right, it is not in the bag yet, as we just said, but Hutchinson looking pretty good right now, 28-21. That was a forced a turnover at the 11, took it down, was able to work it into a first and goal inside the red zone from the 1, and Lang took it in for 6.
It's definitely not over yet, but I'd much rather be ahead by 7 points than down 7.
9:36 remaining to go in this fourth quarter play. So now you get in the clock management part of coaching here. Here comes the kick. It's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a flag on the play, and it'll be out to the 35 for Bishop Carroll. Tonganoxie 13, Bishop Miege 13.
Oh, my
That's a
goodness.
third quarter score. How about that? And Augusta 26, El Dorado 19. That's a good game going on tonight. We do not have, as of yet at least, a Buhler score. They took on Abilene tonight. Abilene had not won a ball game, and Buhler's had a solid year, so not sure what's happening there.
Coach Terrell is trying to decide whether he wants to take the ball or make Hutchinson re-kick it. He's going to take the ball on the 35.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bishop Carroll at the 35. Here's the snap. The keeper by the quarterback, and he's got a good 5 yards, maybe more out of it. He's finally tackled at about the 40-yard line. All right, 2nd down and 2.
Mays leads Newton 32-7 in the fourth quarter.
That's a closer game than I kind of anticipated it would be. Here comes the snap by Bishop Carroll. They'll turn and give it on the outside, and drop right there by Ben Patterson was the running back coming around that outside number 3 out there, and that's Van Hennenberg. And he just had his legs taken out from underneath him. Actually, that looked to be like Noah Mall that was back in there, and he quickly was stopped.
Ben Patterson over 10 tackles again tonight. It's almost something you can count on every Friday night.
So Hutchinson faces now a 3rd down and 1. Bishop Carroll faces, that is. Bishop Carroll will keep it. They get the 1 yards and more. Newquist comes flying to the ball, but it's too late. After picking up 4 yards, they'll move the chains with 8:18 to go.
Aaron Jefferson made the tackle.
So the ball is going to be at the 47-yard line of Bishop Carroll. 1st and 10. So the defense of Hutch called upon to do some work again as the clock moves toward the 8-minute mark. Hutch up 28-21. The give and a good play around the right side. Carrying that football is Van Hennenberg. Hennenberg listed as a quarterback, but he's a running back right there. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
And just a sophomore.
So Bishop Carroll playing some younger underclassmen as well. Hennenberg carried it very effectively. And I think he did carry on that other carry as well. Trying to get something done. Hennenberg driving forward, maybe got a yard or 2 on the play. 3rd down is short.
Guess what? It's 3rd down again.
3rd down again. How many 3rd down opportunities? I'd love to see this from the stat when they come to us after the ball game. But right now it's at about the 46. They got to get to the 43 for the 1st down. Shotgun formation for Bishop Carroll. 28-27, 28-21, Hutch with the lead. They give again, Hannenberg, and a fumble again, and I think Hutch comes up with it. They're going to give it to Hutch, another fumble. Hannenberg came in with some fresh legs and was really hurting Hutchison, but he coughed up the football. Now the Salt Hawks with 6:58 to go can get in the clock management mode here. They lead at 28-21, Hutch on top. How about that? 2 turnovers by Bishop Carroll in this fourth quarter. One led to a Hutchison's quarterback sneak for a touchdown. This one gives them possession of the ball at the 42, their own 42. Hutchison needs to take care of the ball. Hold on those blocks, offensive players. The give straight ahead running. It's Hogan. He's open at the 50. Down to the 40. Down the sideline. He goes. He's ran out of bounds at the Bishop Carroll 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Salt Hawks. They'll move the chains with 6:51 to go in this fourth quarter. And Hutchinson about to pull the upset of the year. You kind of have to say Wichita East did it last week, but Hutchinson poised right now to make a statement.
That was a counter play to Zach Hogan. Hutchinson got Bishop Carroll to bite on the fake. The defense all went right. Zach Hogan went left.
And he got on that sidelines. Once he got to it, he had a straight shot and was finally ran out of bounds at the 35. 1st and 10, Salt Hawks. Lang up under center. Has Hogan in that left slot. In motion. Gives it straight ahead running. This is going to be Spiller. Check that Hogan on the carry. No, it was Spiller. Spiller on the carry. Picks up 2, maybe 3 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Or 2nd down, 2nd down and 7. So Spiller's got some action tonight out there.
A lot of carries.
I'm still looking for a call to Armstrong.
Hutchinson letting the play clock run down.
Play clock down to 13. Game clock down to 6:18. Lang, the quarterback, lets it go down, milking it down to 3, down to 2. Man in motion. The turn to give to Hogan, straight ahead running across the 30-yard line. Pick up of a couple yards on the carry. Brings up a 3rd down call. 5:56 to go. And a player's hurt on the field. So Hutchinson has a player down.
Is that Kepler?
Yeah, I think it might be. Yep, I believe it is Kepler. We'll have to double check that. He's been injured before. Chase had a bad ankle. And we'll have to check on that. While they check on him, we'll take a quick break. A 30-second timeout coming your way. 5:54 to go in this fourth quarter of play. Hutch on the drive, leading at 28-21. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
All Vader Jackson financial advisors are now Envision Investment Group. Due to the growth of the investment and client relations team, they have a new location to better serve you. 15 Compound Drive in Hutchinson. Stay tuned for an open house, time and date to be announced soon. We understand there have been many changes, so please feel free to reach us at 669-8291. Check for updates at envisionig.com. Envision Investment Group, your future is our focus. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Well, Hutchinson Kepler, now he's up on his feet. Gets a nice round of applause from the partisan crowd on this west side of the bleachers here at Bishop Carroll. 5:54 to go. Hutch up by a touchdown. He's able to come off on his own power with one trainer with an arm around her. We'll see if he's going to be okay. Seems to be all right. We'll see if he gets back in there or not. Hutchinson going to have somebody step up with 5:54 to go right now. 3rd down and 6. Big call coming up right here. 3rd down and 6. From the 31 of Bishop Carroll. Man in motion. Burgess comes back. Now it's set up on the slot again. They show blitz. Bishop Carroll brings the blitz. Lang wants to throw it. He doesn't have a chance. He's down at the 40. Just like what Mays did to Bishop right there, is the same thing happened as he just got walloped and they came on the blitz.
Brock Eastman gets the credit for that sack.
So 4th and 14 now facing Hutchinson, and they'll have to punt the football away with the clock moving inside of 5 minutes.
At the Bishop Carroll 39-yard line. Noah Kokar is back to punt. By the way, again, this week Camden Jensen came in to replace Chase Kepler on that offensive line.
So Kokar will punt it away with 4:50 to go. High punt pass. He's going to get it away. High snap, but he gets it away, and it takes a end-over-end hit. It actually hit a Hutch player, and it's going to be down right where it hit the Hutch player. I think that's Miller.
On the top of the helmet. I've never seen that happen before. Hit him right on the crown of the helmet.
It's going to be marked at the 11, but still they hit him right at the top of the helmet. Bounced down. Hutch got it down at about the 1, but it had hit a Hutchinson player before that.
Now the officials have to figure out exactly.
They'll mark it at about the 13.
Okay, that was where Malachi Miller If it was dodgeball, it just went right off the top of his head.
Chapman leading Smoky Valley 34-20. I think Chapman had by me one of their first wins this year, possibly. I think Smoky Valley had a pretty good football team, not sure. I know they have a good volleyball team, which, by the way, we have not checked that volleyball score. Hutch lost the first match to Shawnee Mission Northwest earlier today. So here we go. Bishop Carroll with the football. Schmarsh keeps it himself. Hands it off, however, and up to about the 15. Only a pickup of 2, Dan. That stingy defense for Hudson in the middle, getting it done. Coming up with a great stop right there, Griffin Cook.
And the clock is running. Bishop Carroll probably needs to show a little bit of a sense of urgency here.
4:25 to go in the ball game. Hutchinson leading 28-21. Bishop Carroll deep in their own territory with the ball on their 15-yard line. They want to throw the football. Has room to run now, and now he's going to take off and going to be corralled at the 16. No gain on the play. A great open field tackle by Hutchinson. Ben Patterson getting it done.
He definitely got it done.
He uses that speed and to the effort right there. I don't think that Chase Schmarsh has been ran down like that much very often this year.
Looked like he had open turf in front of him, but Ben Patterson closed it.
3:44 to go in the contest. Hutch shows blitz, backs out of it. They want to throw the football. Dancing out of the pocket. Now he runs down, wants to go longer, throws it. And knocked away, incomplete, I believe. It'll stop the clock with 3:36 to go. Nice coverage over there again by Griffin Cook on the receiver this time.
Bishop Carroll is going to have to punt. It would be a very gutsy call.
4th down and 7.
3:36 to play in the fourth quarter. Hutch up 28-21.
Now Bishop Carroll with all 3 timeouts remaining. Hutchinson with 2.
If they actually punt it away, they're going to have to stop
Hutch
Hutchinson.
feeling like they're not going to punt it away.
No one deep for Hutchinson, so he probably will punt it.
There he kicks it, got a good kick. It's going to be a good one. Let's see how it bounces. It'll take a Bishop Carroll bounce all the way back to the 30, inside the 30 to about the 28. So Hutch will have the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 28 with 3:25 to go in the contest. Oh, be still my heart. I'll tell you what, I was put on a new medication. I might need to get another one before too long if they keep this up.
It's been exciting.
Oh, my. You indicated earlier that Mays was up.
32-7.
So if Hutchinson wins this game, that's where they go. If Bishop Carroll wins this game, that's where they will go also with Mays. So Hutch cannot turn the ball over. Can't stress that enough with 3:25 to go. There's a keep, a little stagger step inside across the 30-yard line. Pick up a good positive yards, a pick up about 5.
Bishop Carroll will go ahead and start using their timeouts.
That was Armstrong on the carry. So Daquan Armstrong danced around back there, got some good positive yardage, gave him 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball's on the 31, and a timeout's going to be taken. 3:19 to go in the contest. We'll take a break as well as we're nearing the top of the hour. You listen to Salt Hawk Football on KWBW, Hutchinson, Kansas. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The medicine shop. When you drop your prescriptions off, the personal care you'll find there will make you feel all better. The meds you need, delivered with speed, the lowest price guaranteed. Get your prescriptions with no hassle at 14th and Main at the Little White Castle. You'll feel all better at the medicine shop.
Well, welcome back to Bishop Carroll High School. Has been all game long. 3:19 to go in the contest. Hutchinson leading 28-21. Bishop Carroll stopped Hutchinson's season last year. Hutchinson trying to do the same and return the favor this year. Hutch possession. Give on the outside and nothing there. Hutch has got to hold on to that football. You know they're going to be swarming to the ball. Right there was Burgess on one of his first carries.
The clock never started on that play.
It did not. Sitting there at 3:19, so Another timeout's going to be taken. That clock did not start. We're going to keep it here and see if they're able to adjust that. That took up at least 5 or 6 seconds. The clock did not begin. And the referees, I'm not sure if they are aware of that or not.
They should be, because
in a tie game,
the referee marks the time when a timeout is taken, and the previous timeout was taken at 3 minutes, 19 seconds. Hutchinson ran a play, and there's still 3 minutes, 19 seconds on the clock.
I think the side judge is coming in, possibly to confer with that.
Probably should be about 5:14 on the clock.
And let's see what they're going to ascertain or not. Hutchinson hadn't broken huddle yet. Now they do, and so they put it down to 3:12.
Okay.
So we'll live with that. 3:12 to go in the contest. So that's their second timeout. Or did they burn a second one?
Yep, that was their second timeout.
Okay. It has not showed it on the scoreboards, why I was wondering. So Hutch split wide out left side. That's O'Sullivan. He got a pass earlier in the ball game. Man in motion, the pitch outside. Here's Kokar trying to turn the corner. Reverses, comes back around the right side. Trying to find a wall. Gets around there, slides up, and finally goes down at the 30. Loss on the play. It'll be 4th down for Hutchinson. And with 2:58 to go, Hutchinson's going to have to punt the football away. And Hutchinson's going to be called on one more time.
Bishop Carroll decided to save that last timeout. They did not call the timeout after that tackle.
So they're going to... The clock's moving along, 2:39 to go. So Hutchinson will have a 4th down situation. Hutch might let this go down and then call the timeout possibly here.
That's a good...
Because they're not in a position where they're able out there to punt the football away. And they will more than likely burn a timeout here. And there they do. So they'll take the timeout right there, and the clock's still moving along down to 2:16. Clock management is not working very good on the other side over there, and it goes down to 2:15. Let's take a break. 2:15 to go in the contest. Hutchinson getting set to punt the football away. They lead at 28-21 with 2:15 to go. Bishop Carroll will get the football. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Your choices at Prairie Star Health Center just keep getting better. Dr. Cecilia Hinton has joined our exceptional staff and invites you to rely on her as your primary care provider for your health and wellness concerns. And she'll be right there with you to address any chronic diseases, aggravating pain, or other issues. Dr. Hinton knows it's all about you at Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
With Noah Kokar deep to punt, back to punt, it's very difficult to block a punt against a guy like Kokar because he moves around before he kicks the ball.
Now you get a fresh 25 seconds here. Well, now they call time back in. There's the kick. They tried to go for it and didn't get to it. Takes a bounce, a Salt Hawk bounce down to the 41. Fans wanted the flag called. I don't know if there's contact made on Kokar or not. So 1st and 10 from the 41 with 2:09 to go in the 4th quarter of play for Bishop Carroll. They trail it 28-21.
The thing is, when a punter runs around, he becomes a running back, and you can get hit, yeah. You'll very seldom see a roughing the punter flag on something like that.
1st and 10, Salt Hawks defense trying to stack it up. It's going to come down to this, 2:09 to go. Hutch cannot give up the big play. Salt Hawks leading 28-21. Back to pass. Schmarz has a receiver out there. Goes for the toss. It's incomplete. Nice defense out there by Hunter as he just played the man all the way. Knew it was coming. Actually hit Hunter in the back of the back. Ends up being incomplete. Stops the clock with 2:04 to go. 2:04 to go in the contest. 2nd down and 10. Bishop Carroll gets set again. Fans on their feet, parents stomping their feet. Back to pass, Schmarz. And he's hit! He's hit! Loose football! They're going to say it was down. They say it was down. It was a loose football as he was hit and hit hard. Dan, did you get the number that hit him? I think it was Rodriguez. He was around that area. Ball came out of his hands. They said he was down.
Either that's an incomplete pass or a fumble. I don't think you could say he was down by contact.
1:37, clock moving away. 3rd down and 15. For the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Clock is running. The Bishop Carroll's in trouble.
Clock at the 1:23 mark. Here's the snap. Throws it downfield. Incomplete pass. Tell you what, Hanahan maybe would have had a shot for an interception over there. He played the man perfectly. And pressure was put on Schmarsh to throw it, and it was inaccurate. Stops the clock with 1:17 to go. 4th down and 15. Bishop Carroll has no choice. They got to go for it.
Hutchinson gets a stop on this play. Hutchinson only has to take victory formation, and they will advance to play Mays 1 week from tonight in week 10.
It's been a frustrating season because you lose an overtime game, you win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose time. Right now they're about to possibly win one, and a timeout is taken by Bishop Carroll with 1:17 to go. We're going to keep it here. This game has been outstanding from a defensive standpoint. It started with a Zach Hogan touchdown with 4:27 to go in the first quarter to play, put Hutch up 7-0. Then a Lang pass to Zach Hogan, complete from 17 yards out for the TD, 14-0 Hutch. Then Chase Schmarsh came back and made it 14-7. Hutchinson was able to go up a little while ago by a score of 21-7 at a time, but then you had the kickoff return 85 yards for the touchdown after we had a pick 6 for the TD. And then Hutchinson just a little while ago on a Lang quarterback keeper gives Hutchinson a 28-21 lead. What more do you want for in this playoff game, Dan?
Well, here's the deal. Bishop Carroll went for it twice in the first quarter on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't make it either time. Hutchinson forced 2 fumbles and got a pick 6.
Salt Hawks get set defensively. 4th down and 15. You know they're probably going to throw the football, but maybe not. 1:17 to go. Schmarsh back to pass. Pressure coming. He throws it long downfield. Catch is made at the 35. What a catch for the first down inside of Hudson territory.
What a catch. I'm sorry for interjecting. I could not believe he made that catch.
1:10 to go. Now the clock's moving again. Schmarsh wants to throw it across the middle. Catch is made on the far side. This time he's knocked out of bounds. Good job over there by Hunter to knock him away. And it stops the clock with 1:01 to go.
What a clutch throw and catch on the 4th and 15.
So now it's a 2nd down and 5 with 1:01 to go on the 30-yard line. Hutchinson's 30. Back to pass Schmartz. Rodriguez had pressure on him. A long pass in the corner. Incomplete. Incomplete. It's knocked away with 55 seconds remaining. Consistently, Rodriguez is putting pressure on Schmarsh. Schmarsh was just 1 second away from getting sacked. And Hutchinson's going to have to do it all over again. 3rd down and 6.
Quite a bit of contact in the end zone. Bishop Carroll wanted the defensive pass interference call. The official felt like it was a good defensive play.
55 seconds remaining. A key 4th down conversion by Bishop Carroll has kept this one interesting. The throw across, the catch is made. It's at the 20. It'll move the chains. 1st and 10, Bishop Carroll inside the red zone.
Bishop Carroll's got to get on the ball quickly.
50 seconds remaining. Now it's down to 47. Schmarsh, the quarterback, wants to throw it, trying to send this game into overtime. Wants to run it. He's got a chance to get out of bounds, and he finally tiptoes down the sidelines. They'll mark it out about the 12.
Field goal does Bishop Carroll no good. They have to get in the end zone and either make the extra point to send it into overtime or go for 2 if they want to try to go for the win. But right now, they still have 13 yards to go before they have to make that decision.
Timeout on the field.
Hutchinson had to take that timeout.
36 seconds, I believe, to go in the ball game. As Hutch took the timeout to kind of get their defense reorganized a little bit. The ball's on the 13-yard line. It's 2nd down and 3. Now Bishop Carroll has no timeouts left.
They almost have to, if they run the football, they have to pick up a first down to stop the clock.
Salthawks were one play away from sealing the deal, but still an opportunity here, leading at 28-21. A lot of game left by way of 36 seconds, but Hutch with the lead. Bishop Carroll trying desperately to maybe tie this one up. They maybe would go for two. All right, up to the line of scrimmage. Clock will start on the snap. Here's the snap. Schmarsh rolls left, gets hit as he throws. Catch is made, however, over there, and then dropped inside the 5-yard line. Now, that might be enough for the first down, and it will be. So it's going to be a first and goal situation. Where are they going to mark it?
Clock briefly stops, and White Hat Armando's already winding the clock.
They come in quickly. It's a first and goal situation from the 13. Back to pass. That's to the right side. Schmarsh throws it. End zone shot incomplete. Stops the clock with 13 seconds remaining. The ball is on the 9, so it's second down and goal from the 9. Second down and goal from the 9.
Bishop Carroll, if they try a running play, they have to score the touchdown. So more than likely they'll stick with strictly passing plays, and the only way they run it is if the quarterback scrambles.
13 seconds to go. Bishop Carroll with the ball on the left hash mark. It's on the 9-yard line. Second down and goal from the 9. Back to pass. Schmarsh steps up, throws it. Incomplete pass, broken up in the end zone. Hunter was there to break it up. Newquist helped him as well. Hutchinson steps up big time. 8 seconds to go in the ball game. More than likely to end the last play, possibly. 28-21. Hutchinson with the lead. Salthawks trying to step it up here to advance.
Might have time to take 2 shots at the end zone if Bishop Carroll doesn't put it in on this third down attempt.
So third down and goal from the 9. Schmarsh, the quarterback for Bishop Carroll, wants to throw it left side end zone, throws it, incomplete pass. It's fourth down. There's a flag, however. There's fourth down with 5 seconds to go.
That'll make it half the distance to the goal if it's defensive pass interference. And it is.
So that'll move it down to about the 4.5-yard line. But it'll give them a set of downs again.
Either way, Bishop Carroll only has time for one more play, really.
So they'll mark it right at the 4.5. 5 seconds remaining. Now you really have a situation where you can't run. You know they're going to throw.
It's possible that they could have time for 2 shots, but not likely. Probably all riding on this play.
Schmarsh gets the play in from the sidelines. 28-21, Hutch with the lead. The ball's on the 4-yard line, first and goal from the 4.5, actually. Back to pass, Schmarsh throws it to the right side. Catch is made, touchdown with 1 second to go in the contest.
All right, so now does Bishop Carroll kick the extra point and try to send it into overtime, or do they go for the win? It appears they're going to kick the extra point, which is not an automatic in high school football, by the way.
1 second remaining. They're going to try to ride it into overtime. Hutchinson fans kind of shocked. It came down to that one last play twice, Dan. And that time they converted from 4 yards out on the pass play. Kick is up, and it is good. And we are tied with 28-28 the scoreboard. 1 second to go. We await the kickoff from Bishop Carroll. We will take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from Wichita, Kansas right after this 30-second timeout.
We're here all year, at tax time or anytime. We understand you don't think about taxes all year, but we do. At H&R Block, we are available year-round to discuss the tax implications of your life-changing events. From wedding bells, babies, and new homes to medical issues and natural disasters. We're here to put our expertise to work for you. Available at 29 West 2nd in downtown Hutchinson, also in Lyons and Ellsworth.
1 second remains. And let's see if they just pooch kick it or not, because as soon as it's caught, unless it's returned, the game will go to overtime. 28-28 tie. What a ball game tonight.
So there'll be a coin toss to see who gets to select whether to be on offense or defense first.
Hutch trying to return it. Here's King. Picks it up, trying to get a wedge on that outside, and dances forward, and he's finally dropped. And we're going to go to OT. They will decide who's going to try first.
Ball will be spotted on the 10-yard line. But first there's a coin toss, and if you win the coin toss, you will always select to play defense
Yep,
first.
defense first, so you know what you got to do. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with more. 28-28 tie. We go to overtime, the second overtime game of the year for the Salt Hawks. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Rodenbach, APAC Shears, Pools Plus, First National Bank, Next Tech Wireless, the Summit of Hutchinson with Doctors Lowen and Severud, Prairie Star Health Center, Ashcraft Pharmacy, Axel's Taxi, and Edward Jones Financial Advisor William Thacker. Thanks for listening.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use FirstPay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. 28-28. Hutchinson trying to win this one in overtime. We'll see who gets the coin flip. Just to recap real quick how the scoring has taken place in this ball game. Hutchinson opened up with a Zach Hoban touchdown from 3 yards out. The point after was good. Hutch led at 7-0 at 4:27 mark of the first quarter. Second quarter came, and Hutchinson got a Nick Lang pass to Zach Hogan, complete for the touchdown. That was from 17 yards out. Point after was good. Hutch led at 14-0 and shocked this Golden Eagle crowd. 2:18 to go before halftime. Chase Schmarsh passed to Noah Mull, complete for the touchdown. It was a 21-yard completion, and it made it 14-7. No sooner did we turn around. You had Schmarsh. Terrell King with the touchdown on a pick 38 yards to go up 21-7. You turn around, and then with 5:30 to go in the third, the return was kicked by Matt Holston right after that. 85-yard touchdown return, 21-14. Hutch still on top. Chase Schmarsh pass to Timothy Helton, complete for the touchdown from 32 yards out. Made it 21-21. Hutch got a Nick Lang 1-yard touchdown run to make it 28-21. And then you turn around, Schmarsh just threw it to Holthusen, complete for the touchdown from 4 yards out to make it 28-28, and that's where we stand right now.
And the reason Hutchinson has been able to be in the lead most of this game, Bishop Carroll actually has outgained Hutchinson 278 yards to 133. But Bishop Carroll went for it twice in their own territory in the first quarter on fourth down. Didn't make it either time. Gave Hutchinson short fields, and Hutchinson converted with touchdowns both times in the first quarter. Bishop Carroll threw a pick six that Terrell King, as you just said, took in for a touchdown. And Bishop Carroll lost 2 fumbles so far in this game.
2 fumbles plus 2 fourth down decisions that probably shouldn't have been made. If they end up losing this ball game, there will be some criticism. And even if they end up losing this ball game, Hutchinson, even though, I mean, it's just that you're going to see who gets the toss here. But what a great game by the Salt Hawks.
Memorable.
Did a great job here. Some finals right now when they're doing this, the coin flip out there. Kingman eliminated Hutch Trinity 52-13. Southeastern Saline all over Marysville 60-7. Those are final. By the way, stay tuned on Nick Gosnell's KWBW scoreboard show will be coming up right after the completion of this game. It'll probably be closer to, Well, we'll see what happens. We could go a couple overtimes. Who knows what's going to happen here? But anyway, Wamego all over Great Bend 42-21 as well. Capon a winner over Goddard 35-3. And what do we have?
Bishop Carroll, I think, won the toss and elected to play defense. Hutchinson picked to go towards the scoreboard, and so we'll be playing these overtimes.
All right.
We'll be playing them heading towards the north, excuse me.
Derby 63, Wichita Southeast 9 in a key ball game. We had some good ones tonight. None better than the one we're doing right here. As Hutchinson right now and Bishop Carroll all locked up. Here we started. We kicked off at 7 o'clock. Dan, it's about 9:27. We've accomplished absolutely nothing.
It all comes down to the overtime.
All right. Hutchinson comes out offensively. The Eagles, the Golden Eagles, get set defensively. They'll mark the ball on the 10-yard line, and we'll see what we can do.
Last overtime game Hutchinson played in was on September 10 when Garden City prevailed over Hutchinson 13-7. September 10 this year.
Lang, the quarterback. Down under center. Sends a man in motion straight ahead, running by Hogan all the way down to the 5. Pick up of 5 yards quickly. Be a second down and goal now from the 5.
First down is so important in high school football in the overtime period. In that loss against Garden City, remember Hutchinson lost yardage on first down and just could not overcome it.
Mark this one actually at the 6. Second and goal from the 6. Hutch gets set again. Lang under center. He's got Hogan in his backfield at the tailback spot. Give up again up to Hogan. Just a little bit past the 5, not much. So pick up about a yard, third down.
Through the years, Hutchinson is 3-10 in overtime games, dating back to 1971.
Here comes Armstrong out, and he'll check in. Lang looks to his wrist. Play clock at 20 seconds. They'll split a wide out on the left side. That'll be in Miller split out wide left. Armstrong in that left slot. Kokar in the right slot. Hogan in the tailback. The rocket pitch to Kokar trying to turn it upfield. Got it all the way down to about the 4. A good stop by Bishop Carroll, and Hutchinson will have a decision to make on fourth down, and more than likely will go for the field goal.
Very difficult decision as to whether to try to score a touchdown or kick the field goal.
And a disappointed bunch of Salthawks right now out on the field after not able to punch it in after getting 4 and 5 yards on that first carry. I think they're going to elect to go for it.
Remember, in high school football, the hashes are much wider than they are in college or in the pros. So it would be an acute angle if they did try to kick it.
Hutch is going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth down and 5. Lang fumbles the ball. It's going to be fumbled, and Bishop Carroll will go on the offensive side. Hutch comes up empty.
This is why you choose to go on defense first in overtime. Now Bishop Carroll knows all they need is a field goal to win this football game. You play it a lot different if you know all you need are 3 points.
So Bishop Carroll will go on the offense now. We're tied up at 28-28 all in overtime. And a lot of anguish on these Salthawks right now as that offense comes over to the bench. So the defense is going to be called on to do something again that they've done all night long, and that is stop Bishop Carroll. Lang's so upset with himself, over by himself on the bench. Here's the keep by the quarterback, and he gets some positive yards. Smarsh takes it down to about the 7-yard line. Second down and 7.
Now Bishop Carroll has to be careful about, number 1, hang on to the football, and number 2, don't commit any penalties.
Second down and goal from the 7 now for Bishop Carroll. Back in the shotgun is Smarsh. Keeps it himself, goes straight ahead running. And he's going to be thrown for a loss. Not actually down to the line of scrimmage, down to the 5. Might have got a yard out of it. Patterson came in strong to make a stop.
It's not much more than an extra point attempt. On third down, Bishop Carroll has to decide, do they try to put it in the end zone or do they try to move the ball to the middle of the field?
And do they try to move it to the middle to have a sure straightaway shot? This is going to tell a lot of people, no matter what the outcome, that this is why you gear up to play playoff football. The keep by Schmarsh gets inside, and he's going to be stopped, and they will come out and try to kick a field goal to win it.
Bishop Carroll called a very safe quarterback keep.
So many times just down to one or maybe two plays.
So many high school football games are decided by just a handful of critical moments. This game had a lot of them.
Yeah, there were some big plays. Number one, it started right off with Bishop Carroll deciding not to punt the football on a couple of occasions, and Hutchison made them costly for him.
Officially, it'll be a 20-yard attempt.
Here's the hold, a little high snap, and the kick is up and on its way. It is up, and it is good. Your final, Bishop Carroll 31. They live to play another day. Hutchison 28. Salthawks heartbroken on the sideline, but you know what? They played their guts out, and they just came up a little short today. Again, your final in overtime. Bishop Carroll with a 17-yard field goal to win it, 31-28. We shall return right after this 2-minute timeout.
If you or your loved one is 65 or over, it's that time again. Time to review your Medicare Part D coverage. Plan options change every year, but Ashcraft Pharmacy, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, can help you make sense of it all. We have special software that can help you compare plans and choose the best option so you get the medications you need at the lowest out-of-pocket cost. Stop by Ashcraft Pharmacy in South Hutchinson today, or give us a call to set up your free Medicare plan review. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Forward, always moving, never stagnant. Together, nothing great is ever accomplished